Sorry, folks. On that note, welcome to the Geeky Weekly, folks, where we get together. A couple of us from America, a couple of us from across the pond in England, and here we are, guys.
Yep.
I just came up with that name while I was walking in my mailbox just now, so I thought, well, fuck it, I'll use it.
Very nice, very nice.
Why not? It's
Anyone got
very
any new
good.
comic
It's
show
very
up?
nice. What's that? What's that? I thought you
Has
said
anyone got
something,
any
Terry.
comics or anything they want to show off?
Yeah, I got some stuff. I'll have to
I
go
got
find it.
stacks I'll get to here in a minute, but I just got situated out here. They're inside.
And let me show Bill my Cyberman T what do you call it?
T-Fob?
Cut place. It's the Cyberman cut placer. There you go.
I love that. I'm a huge Who fan.
I used to call them coasters.
Posters. That's the bloody thing in the bloody word. In the bloody word. I'm getting senile, I swear.
Don't go there, mate.
Yeah.
You've got too many senior moments.
Are we going to get Darren today?
Not sure, mate. Not sure. Did he come in last week in the end? I can't remember now. He was there, wasn't he?
Yeah. We saw his chair for quite a while.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I had an idea for a little game today that I don't know if it'll work out any good at all. But I did a little thing for a little kind of quizzy kind of thing.
Okay.
If the other guys join, we'll do it later on.
Do you guys want to see what I get for snacks when I go to the grocery store?
Deal.
I'll make it quick. But so these are creamy dill Cheetos, basically cheese puffs. They're extremely good. If you like the taste of dill, these are really, really, really good.
Yeah, we do a chicken noodle soup with dill in it.
What? Oh yeah, that's great. That's great. And these, and I'm still on the theme. This is dill pickled flavored cashews. These are. Well, you guys have Fritos over there, don't you?
Pickled flavored Cheetos. I mean, cashews. That sounds horrible.
No, they're actually very, very good. Believe it or not.
If it was Marmite flavored cashews, that would be a bit more sensible.
And these are chili cheese Fritos. I don't know if you guys have those over there. Again, on a theme, everything is dill these days. Dill pickle. Wow. It's not really dill pickle. It's dill. They just stick the pickle. It's like pumpkin spice has no pumpkin in it. You know, dill pickle has no pickle in it.
Yeah, Pringles. I've never seen that flavor.
I got the same brand of cashews, but these are just salt and vinegar.
Pickle mad over there. That's why. Terry. They're pickle crazy over there.
These. I combine these two. I eat these at the same time because I like the flavor combination for some reason.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
You know how to make penis bread?
No.
With dildo?
Oh, you're stupid. Oh, God, that was really bad. And then these, I don't know if you guys have ever had these, but they are absolutely great. I am upside down.
So the last few weeks, I thought you was on a diet.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Well, no. Well, I have been. Oh, I've been drinking. I've been drinking about half the beer I had been drinking before I got the flu, and so. But I don't. You know, I don't eat. If I eat any of this stuff, I never eat that much at a time. So I've still lost. I've gained a little back, but I've still lost about 15 pounds from where I was before the flu. So
yeah, but you carry on with that stuff, you'll put it back on again and more.
Yeah, but like I said, Terry, I eat in very limited portions when I eat this stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
why. Yeah, you're gonna have to explain what you mean by that, Nigel, because I know Dad's the key chaser. And in what way is he a con man? I don't know anything of him doing anything that's been conning anybody at all. But if you want to elaborate on that, feel free. Otherwise, I don't know anything.
Who is that?
I don't know. It's a guy who does. British guy does.
He ran Facebook and he shows all the keys in his collection. So
yeah, I've never known. I've never known of any reason. You've not heard anything about him being a con man, have you, Terry?
No, not at all.
No, same here. I've always found him to be a nice chap.
Might be
No problem with
jealousy.
him. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he said something out of order. Anyway, whatever.
I have no idea.
Maybe just one person's opinion. I'll until I hear or see anything. Yeah, it definitely is. Okay, I know it is, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It don't matter.
About to,
Here's
as
an
usual,
old
I'm about to open my beer with the Thanos glove.
Coven 13. Just show things that's lying around.
Fire of the power!
I'm kind of happy
that's
yet
He-Man,
sad.
sorry.
Sorry, okay.
I'm kind of happy yet sad. I mean, I kind of can open my trading pool again, but it's very much got to stay stateside. I can't be doing stuff overseas, and I can't be doing stuff in Canada.
Why not? Because
it's just too much. It doesn't matter how much money I get in here. I mean, I'm lucky if I can ship something less than $10 stateside that I'm able to do. I can't afford big shipping costs now.
No, I get it.
Breaking me. It's breaking my heart because I'm having fun with this, but then it's reminding me that I'm also losing out on a whole bunch.
Now, there's a guy on one of the channels, Mikey's Casino Comics, and he was showing a Jonah Hex playing card that he had bought off of eBay, and I looked it up, and they're pretty cheap. They're pretty cheap on eBay, but there was a couple of signed ones. There was only about $7 or $8, but it was like $35 to post a bloody thing. So
my god!
But I mean, a playing card. $35 to post a playing card. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's
ridiculous. Well, Mark has the right idea how you can send stuff to his jump off address here.
Well, and he's the only reason I'm even able to keep a link over that way right now.
Yeah.
Stackery account.
And I still have to account for any costs, so I'm out $50 to $100 worth of books.
Yeah.
Even if I can't come up with a cash, I'm out $50 to $100 worth of books.
Has anyone got Tempest's email?
No, didn't know yet. He says he's not technological.
Oh, have you got Tempest's email?
No.
No, okay.
No.
Darren's here. Darren, you got Tempest's email, ain't you?
It's Darren.
Yeah, I got Tempest's email. I got it. Yeah. What email? Hold on.
Can you send him the link? Can you send?
Are you still limited to 6, Graham?
Oh yes.
Yeah, still limited to 6. Oh, hold on. Is Mark here at the bottom?
Mark was going to join us from Frisco.
Yeah, well, he's not joined us yet, but if he does, someone can step out for a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, still limited to 6. Unless you guys want to, chip in for me to get the StreamYard paid one, then we can go as long as we like, and we can have as many people as we want.
If I get it, if I get it, you can use mine. I've been thinking about getting it, so.
I'd be happy to chip in if it was even possible, but
no, I got
no
it.
worries.
I'm still heartbroken.
What's going on, Darren? What's going on, Darren? Can you hear me?
I think he just got out.
Shopping, got back from the shop, so I'm going to eat my tea.
Okay. Eat your tea.
Yeah. Tea. Tea. And the evening meal is called tea here. We call it tea. Sometimes you call it dinner, but we also call it tea. Like a light evening meal.
I knew you had tea time, but I didn't know. Okay.
Hey, Darren, I got a bit of the bug lately again. When you going to send me that list?
We call it hard.
Are you going to send what?
Oh, dude, I'm a long way off yet.
I don't know. I got the bug again, so.
You still got your employee down, or have they done them now?
No, he's gone now. So he's good. He's a good guy. Nothing wrong with him, right? Very geeky. Like geeky to the extreme. So but along with his geekiness came every skill that's required to do the job that I needed to be done. So he was
good.
I've been very lucky. I've had 2 people. I had one like 2 years ago, and this guy here, absolutely perfect. They've got the aptitude for just numbers sequences, digits, listening, and putting things in a spreadsheet. So he really enjoyed. He really enjoyed his time with me.
Was he geeky enough to let you pay him in comics?
No, not that geeky. No.
I am that geeky.
I gave him, you know, that set of Avengers I bought. The one with Avengers #1 in the full set, yeah.
Yeah. I already sold it.
So I gave him 4 of those, not the Avengers, but there was a 4 set of some mini-series. And it would appear to me that he was more excited about getting those than getting money.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. And I hope you give him your card so he can buy from you in the future.
Yeah, he's only just like a mile away in the next village, so he knows where I am.
You taking all the photographs yet? Is that what the stage you're on now?
Oh, God, no. So what's the next stage? I've been had a lazy week, but because once the guy, like, you know, it's hard to stay motivated when things slightly go not according to plan. So I said to the guy, the next part of the job doesn't require, but I can do it on my own, but would be made easier by somebody reading out my stock list one by one. 15,000 actually, I need to combine it with the stuff on the shop. So 22,000 comics read out one by one to me, while I put them in the exact alphanumeric order in the boxes, because I'm going to do the insane job of trying to not, after I took the photos, I'm going to try not to send them to India and Pakistan. I'm going to rely on the fact that the comics are in an absolutely perfect order in the boxes, so I can just go match by number instead of match by name on the photos. If I get it right, it'll save me a month and £1,000. If I get it wrong, it'll cost me a year and I'll be out of business. So that's
not a good outcome.
That's one stage, is to take the photos, name the photos, pricing, and then send to Kyle to check the prices. But before I do any of that, I've got to convert my list that me and the lad did into just a down list, you know. So, and that's going to take, I don't know, a day to 2 of me playing around in Excel, which I'm good at. I just need to sit down and get the bugger done. Once I've done that, I'm on to the next stage.
Fair enough.
I've taken Excel University courses, and now I can't even look at a spreadsheet anymore without getting frustrated because I can't type anymore. My left hand's utterly useless, so I just want to put my fist through the wall. I've got all this capability.
I don't think that'll help either,
and inability to use it, and it's killing me.
That won't improve your typing skill, putting your fist through a wall.
I'm just going to go splash some water on my head.
I've got this infinite capability. I was typing 90 words a minute. You know, I'm really good at that, but my left hand's just gone. So it just took something completely away from me.
Yeah.
It's maddening.
You just have to type at a more reasonable pace. Suppose you don't get RSI typing that quickly.
I took 2 years. I took 2 years in school of typing, and I went to take typing 3 in advanced course my senior year, and they said we won't let you into class because guys aren't meant to be secretaries. That was tough. I was going to learn shorthand and all kind of stuff.
I did needlecraft in my school. I did a year of metalwork. A term of metalwork, and the teacher was an absolute arsehole. He literally, first lesson, everyone was making spoons, and then for the rest, right? So I got my spoon cut out. For the rest of the class, all moved on to whatever else they were doing, chess sets and boxes and stuff like that. But he just made me polish this fucking spoon for a whole term. Every fucking class for like, I don't know, 12 weeks or whatever, for a whole hour, literally just polishing this fucking spoon. I've no idea why he decided that was what I had to do, but he did. That's what he did. So fuck that. I'm not doing metalwork again. So I did needlecraft instead. It's like I was only 4 years old.
Did you have a better beard than him?
Damn it!
Sorry, Terry.
Did you have a better beard than him, Gray? That's what annoyed him.
No, I didn't have a beard at the time, but I couldn't work out why is he like. I'd say to him, "Sir, can I do something else now?" No, you carry on polishing that spoon. No, I've no idea what he had against me. But obviously, he had something against me because everyone's moved on to like
to see how shiny
projects down the line, and I'm still polishing this stupid spoon. Wish I stabbed him in the arse with it. That would have fucking.
That was us.
You know.
Get it shiny.
Yeah. Anyway, that's school for you.
Yeah.
Stupid sometimes.
I had fun in metal shop. Got real good at an oxyacetylene torch and an arc welder.
Yeah, we didn't. We don't even have those in our schools. Not unless you university. I don't know. University even have them, would they? We didn't have that in our level of school that I did it at. It was just like I think you had a lathe that you could use for woodwork.
Yeah, I think it went as far as a lathe in my secondary modern. I think it was a lathe.
Pottery was quite cool. I did pottery. That was all right. I did mind a bit of pottery.
Yeah, my industrial arts credits were 1 year of woodwork and 1 year of metalwork, and that's all they offered. That was it.
I used to Skype off every single PE and games lesson. I didn't go to PE and games for about 5 years. I'd literally just go home. I just play truant every bloody time.
I know they stopped the in science class using Bunsen burners because some kid tried to burn the bloody school down.
Yeah, kids are stupid. Aren't they, to be honest?
That's not a joke. It was real. He really tried to burn the school down. So they stopped. They stopped all the gas taps. So you couldn't have a Bunsen burner. So you couldn't do a lot. Science was very, very boring because you couldn't do any experiments because most of the experiments heat. You couldn't have them.
Oh well.
In my 4 years of high school, I took every literature class I could take, every history and civics class I could take that they offered. And then I ran the school paper, and then I did 3 years of printing.
Yeah, you have a lot more kind of extracurricular stuff in American schools. You don't really have much in British schools, I don't think.
I had enough credits to graduate my junior year, didn't do it. Then they wanted me to graduate half a year, so I let go of the newspaper, and I didn't do it. I was like, why? What am I going to do?
Well, I think what it is with the country now is the health and safety mad, isn't it? So you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do something else, or because just in case this happens, or just in case that happens, or it's just absolutely ludicrous.
No, computers just come in when I was still at school and in sixth form. I thought I'd do computing, and literally the teacher had no clue. He just had us copying out of the book. So we had the textbook, copy the textbook onto the paper. That was the computer lessons for about 12 weeks or so. Literally just copying from a book to a page, and that was how you meant to learn. It was like, but then computers just come in then, so it was pretty basic.
My woodworking teacher had 8.5 fingers, so I knew I wasn't going that route.
Fair enough.
Literally had 8.5 fingers. Had a no finger here and a nub there.
Yeah.
And then that, and he's like, I'm going to teach your class today. And I'm like, yeah, nubby. Yeah.
Start with the health and safety part of it, please. Tool safety. You bought any massive packs of any new collections, Darren? Guessing not.
No, I bought nothing since the Avengers set.
I found these the other day. I'd forgotten about. I don't know whether you remember them, Gray. But say remember them. They come out in 2011. But these were just before the new 52. And they did this little run of the retroactive.
Yeah, I've got a few of those. I don't remember them seeing them when they came out, but
so these are the 1970s.
I picked up a few. How many were there of them? Do you know?
6 of each.
So 6 of each.
6 70s, 6 80s, and 6 90s.
Okay, I've only got a few of them then, because I never knew. I don't remember seeing them at the time, but my comic shop that never sort of offered me stuff. Really, they just gave me what was what was on my list. So
yeah, the new story.
I didn't pick those few that up afterwards, like recently.
The new story
got
in the front. One. So and then it had a reprint of a story from that year in the back. But I was looking for something else, and I'd forgotten all about these. some of the covers, the art's.
It's a nice one.
Yeah, so some of the art is rather good, and some of it is a bit, falls short of it. I think this is Neil Adams. Yeah, it is.
When did it come out?
They came out in 2011. They came out just before New 52 started.
I like that idea as well. They should do like retroactive runs, I think that would be a cool thing. I've got that one.
That's nice.
So,
that looks like Adams.
Is it? I don't think so.
No, it's not Adams.
No.
Look like it from a distance to me.
From a distance, yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. Some of them are signed and some aren't.
It looked more like Broderick to me. I don't know why.
Oh, that's the one with Felix Faust, isn't it? I think
Yeah.
I've got that one.
I like Felix Faust as a villain.
Is that
he's one of my
Haller's Parallax?
Yeah, that's Haller's Parallax, yeah.
Parallax, that's it. God, I've got his name then. Definitely losing it. Wonder Woman. I don't have that one. Did you manage to get all of them then, mate?
Yeah, I mean, I bought these when they came out. I bought them from my comic shop as they was coming out. Yeah. So I'd forgotten all about them.
Yeah, they're quite good. Cool stories.
That's
I did
awesome.
a little one for a couple of issues. Like, I'm not sure what it was. But it was like calling them like lost annuals. And they said, "Oh yeah, this one was written way back in so and so, but was lost. It's only been." But I think they were modern ones, but just done in the style of the old annuals. I think there was a Teen Titans one that I've got like that.
Yeah, they did a couple of 100. Was it 80 or 100 pages that they did?
These ones are about. These are actually thicker than normal.
Yeah, but the ones that Gray was talking about.
The ones, yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah, it was like an annual. They did it in the style of an annual, and they were calling it Lost Annual kind of thing.
I think,
but you could tell it was like an old style story rather than really. You might have had a couple of stories. One of them might have been a real old story.
I blame you're here.
When they brought these out, this was when they was advertising, no higher than $2.99, and these are $4.99.
Holding the line. Holding the line at $2.99.
Make it 48 pages. Put a new story in the front and charge $4.99 for it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, that's well before the age of $3.99 comics as well.
Got a question from the chat. I don't know if anyone's got any opinions on this. What do you think is the best thing about the comic book community post 2020? Buying old comics. That's not really. I don't know. Is that? What do you mean comic community? You mean on YouTube? I don't know.
Is it the fact that we all appeared?
Sorry.
Well, I mean, we've been doing this show for 2.5 years, so we started a little after 2020. But I would say I've noticed the comic community is much closer now. People have relationships with people on the other side of the world, like we do with y'all and y'all us, and it's actually nice. I believe the virus brought everybody closer together.
Yeah, it did one or the other. It brought some closer together and pushed others further apart.
Yeah, but the good guys got together. The people that have been pushed further apart, they were already going in that direction anyway. It's not like the virus pushed them out. I personally feel like being isolated, as we all were for 6 months or so. I think that made us want to be with each other more, rather than run the opposite direction.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sitting here with him. I might as well go.
That was very much of a geek community anyway on YouTube. I mean, there was a few people that had a channel, but I shouldn't think there was that many in comparison to what there is now.
I mean, there was a few in 2018 when I started doing YouTube videos for about comic books.
Yeah.
So who's that signed by?
Now, what is that? I don't remember that one.
This
Kyle.
will make my grandson very happy. I got him a second print. This is Miles Morales' first appearance.
Oh, okay.
Signed by Jonathan Hickman and Nick Spencer.
Okay.
You know, no relation, but we recently lost Stephen Hickman, who was a great artist, kind of on the same level as not Mike Mignola. Who's the guy? Help me out, Kyle. Who's the guy?
Is that an annual? It's an annual, yeah.
That's Byrne.
Yeah, Hulk. It's annual 7.
Yeah.
With some Byrne X-Men stuff in it.
Guy,
I don't know, Bill.
No. Who's the guy who did the Shadow? Kaluta. He reminds me of Kaluta, and he died.
There's 150.
Well, that's a good one.
151.
The Crawling Unknown.
152. 172. One of my favorites. Open Juggernaut. 178. The Death of Warlock.
Don't really sell.
Not really.
187. Jeez.
What is that? Is that guy with a massive head?
Gargoyle. That's one of his first. One of his first bad guys.
No. Gargoyle wasn't Gargoyle. Gremlin is his son.
Or Gremlin, not Gargoyle. Gremlin. Yeah.
No, Gargoyle is the one from the first issue.
Yeah,
they missed his nick there. They should have called him the Gremlin.
Son.
If he's a Russian, they should have called him the Kremlin Gremlin.
190.
The Kremlin. The Gremlin.
You turn yourself off.
Yeah.
I had to talk to my wife for a second. Didn't want to announce it.
Fair enough.
I'm going to keep showing books, but I'm going silent for a minute.
Okay.
Has anyone got any thoughts on more toxicity in the community? I can't say I have experienced any particularly.
What book was he a big player in?
So I don't know.
I don't know. Is that callback or something?
What was it? Secret Wars? No. What was it?
It involved a DC character.
The Shaper of Worlds.
It's the Shaper of Worlds.
There you go.
It was Superman, Spider-Man #2.
Nope.
The Hulk one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hulk Batman.
Wonder Woman or Hulk Batman.
It was in the Hulk Batman Treasury. It was Shaper of the Worlds and Joker.
No, I've even taken a few things I had on eBay off now because of eBay, because they keep adding, they add this price to it now for people buying. You know,
it's ridiculous. Yeah, I
made it harder for you.
They stopped the sellers' fees, and now they're charging. But so what they've done is they're charging the buyers what the seller's fee was.
What?
That's all they've done. You know, that's all they've done.
That's
stupid. I bought something off there the other day. I didn't get charged a fee for it, as far as I'm aware.
When you put up for but when you put something up for $15.99, they had 12.5. They charge 12.5% a fee on top, and so therefore your $15.99 that looks quite a good price. It's all of a sudden £17.43.
I've noticed a lot of stuff I was watching has gone up like a weird, like a pound, £1.20 or something weird like that.
That's what they've basically done. They've gone, we're not going to charge you a fee for selling, and then a few months later, we'll add it on to the people that are buying instead. And and they're calling.
They don't add it after the sale's finished, though, do they? Do they add it to the price that you put it up for, or something?
Well, not.
How do they add the money on?
I don't know how the auction side of it works, but if you put something up as a flat fee, like say for $15.99, when you go and look at it on it, you can't see it yourself, but when you go and look at another screen and you look for that thing, it's £17.49.
I find this to be one of the top 5 single issues ever produced. I put this up with This Man, This Monster, and FF51.
Okay.
It should. But so that's what the problem is now. That and it just looks stupid. The prices, everything else, and it's just thieving off of the people that are buying.
I'm bidding on something at the moment. Yeah. So you guys aren't buying on eBay at the moment, then, no? So don't bid on my thing.
But no, I mean, I've been buying stuff. Well, I'm not buying this month, but I've been buying stuff.
Don't add any bids to my lot.
What have you been on, Greg? I need to know. So I'm
selling.
What's that?
I mean, I have a statue on there, which I reduced down to £499. It cost me more than that 10 years ago.
I can't believe statues cost so much, man.
Oh, yeah, well, they're in many thousands of pounds now. And I must
how much cash must you have, Andy, to be buying statues like that?
But I mean, I just fell in love with it, and that's all it was. I mean, it's the only one I bought with that kind of price. But if that was on sale now, a new one on sale now, it'd be about £1,400.
Cool.
You know, because of the amount that they bunged it up in America now, because of all these
statues look like good enough to want to spend that kind of money on them. To be honest,
I mean that's only for that size. I mean, some of these people spend 4,000 and 5,000 on these statues. But I mean, I
suppose it's what you're into. Like I look at a statue, and even if I won like the lottery and I had like 10 million quid, I still wouldn't spend £1,000 on a statue because there's not a statue I like enough to want to spend that money on it.
I mean, you don't. Well, on the YouTube channel now, you don't see so many of these people on there. They used to see lots of them, but you don't see so many. But it's just the price because it's becoming ridiculous. The prices of them, and I mean, not only that. I mean, if you buy it, it's like we was talking about postage. You buy it from Canada, or somebody buys something from America in Canada, it costs them a fortune. I mean, they can spend like £1,200, or say $1,400 on a thing. It costs them $500 to have it delivered.
Jesus Christ!
Do you do statues, Tempest, and they do all the figures and that? Do you do statues as well?
No, I like to play with my figures.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this stack real quick.
You know what I do, Tempest? A lot. I used to do this until it got too expensive, but I used to buy one to keep in the package and one to take out. Yeah.
This stack here is what I won from Scott Harris King on the 1,200 subscriber giveaway. These are all freebies. This is Samurai Sonia from Dynamite.
No one can afford to send that stuff out.
A Perillo cover. I was wondering what that was.
You getting close to your contest starting yet, Terry?
Sorry?
You getting close to your contest starting yet? How many more subs do you need?
I need 17 more.
See if you guys can put together what this next batch has in common.
I already know.
There you go.
Thank you.
Get on it, guys. Get on it.
I already know, Kyle.
What is it, Darren?
What's that? New Yorkers. New Yorkers.
Oh, those look good.
What do you think about New Yorkers, boys?
Blimey. I've never seen them before.
They look good.
These covers are all by the same artist. Who is it?
McFarlane.
McFarlane.
Yeah, those are the collectible McFarlane. He did a run of popular covers on reprint books and stuff. And this will be up you guys' alley.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice copy of Super Team Family number.
That's the first good comment you've shown, Kyle.
Super Team Family number 12.
Cool.
Super Team Family number 9.
Are these all winnings from the contest still?
Yeah, this is the winnings from the contest.
Holy crap!
The Hulk and the Amazing Spider-Man were a trade Scott and I did like a year ago that was incomplete, and we're just now getting to be able to do it. So Black Hood number 1.
That's tough.
With new Alex Toth art.
Wow.
I take it he's totally given up on that trading up series he was doing.
Yeah, that's done. That's done. So we had something on the back burner for about a year and a half. And both of us had to put it on hold. There's another blank variant.
What caused him to stop doing that then?
This is Nancy Drew number 5. Life just gets in the way. You know, I had to put, everybody knows why I had to put all my stuff on hold between things I've had to deal with. And, you know, life gets in the way. And there's Freedom Fighters number 6.
My Kindle's refusing to charge. It's been on 63% for about 3 hours now. It's showing the little lightning sign like it's charging, but it's getting no extra blinking charge.
Commandy 27.
Your charge cord may be compromised somehow.
Super Team Family like number 5.
63%. It just won't go any higher. Very odd.
Runaways 22. Global Jeopardy number 1 embossed cover.
What the hell is that? Global Jeopardy. Dude,
World Wildlife Foundation.
I run a comic store even, and half of these like year big things, you know, like that, I've never even heard of.
I've never heard of that one.
I never had either.
Yeah, it was a thing with the World Wildlife Fund that they did.
So those Super Team Family, did they ever have news stories? And they were just reprints all the way.
No, they did. They would often have
a lot of news stories.
At least one news story.
I wasn't sure about
most news stories, from what I can recall.
Legion of X.
Were they all?
Those ones he's shown there definitely.
I thought some were reprints.
Superman and Superboy going at each other. That's from
or Silver Age. Yeah,
years ago.
Didn't they start off with reprints and then move to doing newer stuff?
Yeah. That's what I was wondering, because
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings 1. Darkhawk 1. Venom Lethal Protector 1. Yeah, this stack is ridiculous. This is the stack of freebies. Shang-Chi number 1. It's not shown.
What did you have to do for the contest? Just make a comment or?
Alien number 8. Here's another one up you guys' alley. Blitzkrieg.
Contest, Kyle.
Huh?
What do you have to do to win?
To the contest.
Oh, it was just have a comment and one
just a comment, yeah.
So here's Blitzkrieg number 4. Can anybody notice something specific about this?
I know I've only got one copy of Blitzkrieg.
It's good enough for the top there.
The knives? I don't know.
It's missing part of the cover.
Oh, because you took that strip off to win something, didn't you?
And
yeah.
Is it a bicentennial or something?
Yeah, it's one of the bicentennial issues.
That means somebody somewhere must have got one of those belt buckles then.
Jetta number 1. This is
Were
an
they
indie.
belt buckles? Did you win a belt buckle?
Yeah,
I'm
it was
pretty
a
sure
Superman belt buckle.
There's Super Team Family too. It looks like new stories to me. What is that a take on? That's a kind of barbarian take off, isn't it?
Yeah. This is Scott's take on. This is Scott's new character.
Okay.
Boston Powers. This is
how's he doing with the Crime Busters and boy comics that he's doing? He's still doing them.
Yeah. And then this is Boston Powers, and what this is a anthology book.
$6 book that is. So that's quite a recent book.
People from Boston contributed in it. Scott contributed.
Is he the one who brought back Crime Boy, the guy that was on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's him.
No,
here's a Commandy Giant. There were some that kind of blew me away in here. Here's Action 1000, the blank sketch cover variant.
That's just cheap. They forgot to do a drawing on the cover.
That's what
Wonder Woman 700.
I've got that one.
The Dark Side one shot. Phantasmagoria, a $15 independent book.
That's signed by someone.
It's got several signatures on it and in it. I haven't even gone through it yet. Detective 1000, the all red cover.
Oh, let me see that. Oh, that's gorgeous.
I bought all of those.
It looks mostly blue to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I bought the Superman ones from
never been opened.
Looks mostly
That's never even been opened.
All the Superman 1930s.
Darren, you're on
Swamp Thing,
today.
100-page
What
giant.
you're on? We don't know what you're on, but you're on today.
I'm on New Yorkers.
Couple of Avengers West Coast.
Sugar Rush.
Some Brave and the Bolds. Now I have the Whitman of this, but again, this one's significant to me because this is one of my original 97 that I got off my brother when I first started collecting, where I got introduced to Huntress. Well, I like Huntress. Detective 504. Detective 572.
Yeah. 27, isn't it? Oh, no, sorry.
26, isn't it?
It's the 50th
26.
anniversary. It's not the issue anniversary, it's the year anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
So, Superpowers #1. In cracking good shape. Now, this is my second one of these, even though the other one I have is the Toys R Us variant. The Detective Comics reprint of the first Robin.
That's the nearest I'm ever going to get to that one.
Green Arrow Adam sketch cover variant.
Oh, very nice.
A second copy of this, and I thought it was weird enough. I had a copy of it to begin with. Whispers and Shadows. This is an independent book from the early 80s.
Isn't that worth a lot?
There's something about this, but I don't think any of the creators went on to bigger things. But Oasis Comics, I think this is 1983. It's one of the original Capital City comics. That's what it was. But yeah, still got to go through that. Still got a few more to go here. And then I'll be done with this and go back out in the garage. Solo Avengers 1. Kind of wishing Solo Avengers 2 was in there. Do we know why Solo Avengers 2 is worth any money?
You know what? I
Is
don't know
it?
the answer to that.
I've got it, but I don't know if it's worth any money.
Is it a Captain America? The Captain?
No.
No.
But you got half of the name right.
Captain something.
It's Captain Marvel's. It's Monica Rambeau's first full story appearance.
No.
It's the second appearance after Amazing Spider-Man Annual 16, but it's
Are
a
you
solo
sure?
story about her. It's not a Spider-Man story with her in it. It's her first solo story. Team America won, baby. Can never have enough Team America.
Yeah, you can.
Hey, last week's quiz questions. How about the Mighty Crusaders?
I'm literally that's the only Mighty Crusaders comic that I've got. I was looking at that just earlier today in one of my boxes.
Marvel Super Special Tarzan.
I watched the quizzes today and it was hilarious. It was very funny.
What quizzes?
Rat Queen.
Oh, the ones that Mark did.
Hey, what is up with that? We've gotten a few of those at the store. Is Rat Queen worth anything? Chapin cover.
I have no idea. I've done no research on any of this. Another Green Lantern number 127.
Did you watch the
Pat Broderick cover?
Star Wars Shadows of the Empire number 2. That's actually worth a little bit. Got a couple copies of number 1 I can throw that with.
Did I watch, Terry?
No, I was asking Tempest if he watched them.
No, I haven't got that
number
on my
1.
to-do list.
Here's another 80s goodie. Twisted Tales of Bruce Jones, 404.
No, Bruce is still around, but he doesn't do anything anymore.
Pacific Comics, Jerry Iger's Flamingo.
That's nice.
That's one for Mark.
Crimson Dreams, number 11, 1987. There's an indie.
That Solo Avengers number 2 isn't worth anything. It may be a first story, solo story, but it's not worth anything.
It's not super valuable, but it's kind of a minor key. If she ever takes off, it's going to be a key.
Well, it's $2.50 at the moment.
Off a little bit, but not enough.
I think the boat is.
sailed. Great condition copy of Showcase 82.
98.
Nightmaster.
Jerry Grandinetti's Nightmaster. Of course, I've got the 83 in much better shape. Nice, beautiful Sheldon, Mare, Sugar, and Spike from 1970.
That's one of the last issues.
And Deathlock number 1. So that last big stack was all freebies.
Nice.
So
can't go wrong with freebies.
You know, the biggest travesty ever at DC was they stopped Sugar and Spike at issue 99, and they've never come back and done a 100, and it always pissed me off because that's one of my favorite comics of all time. I don't know why. I just love that comic.
They should have brought them back for the Black Lanterns run.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, no. So what they did was they grew them up, and now they're private detectives, and it's ridiculously stupid.
Okay.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
That's in the 6th issue Legends, isn't it? Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I actually, to be honest, I quite enjoyed those stories.
Even really? Oh my God, Terry, you cracked me up.
Yeah, but then I've never read Sugar and Spike.
There's no accounting for taste, Terry. There's no accounting for taste. Exactly. I'm kidding. I kid. I don't have very much taste either. It's all in my mouth.
The only reason I bought that 6-issue series because the Metal Men were in it.
Oh yeah. Hey, did you guys get the Sunday comics, the DC, the thing that was like you opened it up and it was like Sunday funnies? Did you guys get that over there?
Yeah.
I thought that was fantastic, and I'm really disappointed they never did it again.
They put it out in a hardback as well.
Oh, did they? A giant hardback?
In the same size.
Great stuff. You had a Mike Allred, Metamorpho. You had Jose Garcia Lopez did Metal Men, and it was beautiful. Some of the best Metal Men stuff they've ever done. And it was, and the Commandy was, I think the Commandy might have been Steve Rude. I can't remember now. Was it Kyle? Was it Steve Rude?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Here's one to tear you up, Bill. I basically let go of over 60 pages of original Sheldon Mayer art, but Mark's got them now.
Oh my God, I did not know that.
Guys, will you let me answer Nigel Coots's comments?
Is this his most recent one? I missed his recent one.
He's got 4 up there, and we haven't addressed any of them. So let me just quickly run through them.
I did show them up on screen.
Oh, I was probably eating and getting tea or something. So, okay, Daz.
One here. I'll address this. I don't see how this is being a con man. He offered up some money. The guy said no. Simple as that. If you don't ask, you don't get, do you? So I think the fact that he asked, he offered an amount, and the amount was short. The guy said no, and that's it. I don't see how that's a conning anybody. I'll say that.
No, I don't think that's a con job at all.
Not only that kind of price from someone who is in the business of buying and selling comics, that's actually quite generous. The first one.
Yeah, that's generous.
The second one is about right and I tell you why he does this, right? It's the same with anybody who's in the business of buying and selling comics. They have to buy it cheap or their business will fail. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And the reason that they can offer a cheap price is because there are way many people who are selling comics in collections than ever there are people buying comics.
Exactly.
So comic resellers in terms of collections,
thank you.
They can afford to say no 9 times out of 10. And they only take the 1 in 10 deal where the price is right. So that's why he could, that's why that economics works.
Darren, Tempest, did you enjoy that series?
Yeah, it's a fun series.
It's great. I don't know why they didn't. I'm sure they didn't make much money on it, but that's DC. They don't make money on anything, but because they don't know how to market worth a damn. But
how much it cost them to produce those, I know.
Yeah,
second question.
Crazy.
Second question: what do you think is the best thing about the comic book community post 2020? So after 2020, what's the best thing? Very simple. The Geeky Weekly channel is by far the best thing out there in the comic community, and you're watching the show, so you've already reached the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
So you already understand what the best thing is.
I got to get with JMD Mateus this week. He'll be on in like 2 weeks then.
Toxicity, question 3, right? Toxicity.
Not really. I haven't, Nigel.
The toxicity, I'll tell you where the toxicity is and why it's there, right? After 2020, comics started going down more in value, well, that means that the people reselling comics can't make as much money because people don't want to buy them. So that's why it gets toxic, because when money's involved, it gets toxic. And that I think, I'm going to assume that you're talking about, when you say the reselling side, people who flip. So people buy things from when they're on the newsstand immediately, and they buy like loads of them. They buy every single issue they can find of keys, things that they're going to think is going to be hot, and then they put 20 times the value on and resell them. Well, that in itself is toxic anyway. So if you swim in a toxic pond, you're going to get poisoned. When it comes to back issues, that's not toxic and never has been, in my opinion, anyway. So I think you're probably swimming in a poisonous pond, and that's why you feel toxicity.
Dude, that's beautiful. Well said.
On the question of number 4, do you think most comic resellers play on the fact that you like the comic and then just up the price because you really want the book?
No.
In the toxic pond, absolutely. In the back issue world, a reseller, in terms of a back issue seller like me, I have 45,000 comics on my shop. I don't have the time to even process comics for sale. Never mind change the prices because I think someone wants to buy one. So
yeah, I've never done that.
The answer to that is no. That doesn't happen, but it might happen in the toxic pond of flippers. And Nigel, if you become a reseller, rip people off. No, you're not ripping anyone off, because you can't force anyone to sell their comics. If people want to sell their comics, they have to say, yes, I accept your offer. So therefore, that's not a rip-off. Antique dealers and anybody else involved in any kind of reselling of collectible type things, this is the way the business works. Now, it doesn't, let me tell you why it doesn't work from a collector's point of view. A collector goes out to buy a specific issue, like Fantastic Four 99, for example. So they shop around eBay and internet sites, and they pay the cheapest price if they want, or the best grade or whatever. But they're searching for a single issue. People who buy and sell comics are not searching for single issues. They are taking collections that people want to get rid of. And so they don't know what they're going to get. When I buy a collection, I don't know what I'm going to get. What I do know is that I turn away 9 out of 10 deals, and I take the one cheapest deal. And whatever is in that boxes or collection, I'll take that, because I'll make some profit off that. So
hey, that last question, let me flip the script on him real quick, because I would love to hear an honest answer from this question. You know, comics, you're at a flea market, you find a $500 comic marked for $2. Are you going to walk up and tell a total fucking stranger, I don't want this $2 comic because it's worth $500?
No.
Here.
Fuck no.
That's an honest question to you, because I found $500 books at flea markets, and I bought them for $2, and I found mispriced books at my comic shop dealer, and I said, you have this way underpriced, and you don't know what you have. Take this back. And I've done it with my own comic dealer. I've done it with guys on this show. You've
done it with me, Kyle. You've done it with me. I'm the evidence that you did that.
But would you be willing to do that with a total fucking stranger that has no idea?
No, why? No, why would you?
Let me tell you the line, right? There's a line, and it's a line we've talked about on this show before, right?
You're right.
On this side of the line are the people who were doing this for money. They are the toxic people. On the other side of the line, the people who are doing it for love of comics, they are not the toxic people. If you're finding toxicity, you're on the wrong side of the line. Get to the other side of the line and fall in love with comics.
Yep.
Then you won't be
I'm still waiting
anymore.
for the answer, though. I'm still waiting for the answer in the chat. Would you hand back a $500 comic book to a total stranger at a flea market who is only there to dump the stuff? Would you hand them the comic and tell them it's worth $500 if you didn't even know them?
And while we're waiting for some kind of an answer, the last question is, should comic sellers be selling comics if they're going to be pissy with people that ask for discounts? Well, would you be pissy if someone came up to you in the street and said, give me £10? I don't know you. I've never seen you before. Just give me £10. I'd be pissy. But if it's a friend, I'd say, yeah, here's a tenner. No problem. So here's the deal with discounts, right? If you have a track history of buying loyally with the same shop or whatever, if you spend money with a dealer, you can ask for discounts because he will give it to you because you're a regular, loyal, high-spending customer. That's how you get discounts. If you randomly walk up to a person you've never seen before and ask for a discount, he might not get, he might get pissed, but you shouldn't be asking.
Let's hope this doesn't wind up on another. Let's hope this doesn't wind up on another unnamed channel where they try and make a big hullabaloo out of nothing.
If it does,
who cares? We're not those guys. So if someone else wants to turn it into something, then bring it on.
The final word that I have to say on this is there's a line halfway down the screen. Toxic for money, collecting for love. If you're feeling toxicity, you're doing it for money. Get onto the love side and you will not feel toxicity anymore. Simple.
So, I'm gonna say to Darren's point, I bought a multiple $1,000 worth of comics from Darren. Darren gave me a couple $1,000 off, gave me a wonderful deal, sent them to me in beautiful packaging. Everything is fantastic. I couldn't be happier. But we are extremely close friends, and he takes good care of me always. And I hope if he ever gets anything from me, I do the same. But it's all because of your friendship, and friendship goes a long way when it comes to buying comics. And,
absolutely.
And it also, I pride myself in trying to be a really nice guy, and sometimes it gets me burned. I'll say that. But you know what? I would much rather be my genuine self than try to play the game the bad guys play, because that's not me. And so I just, it's taken me 60 years, but I now know, just, you know what, things come back to you. If you're nice to other people, it's not karma, it's not Christianity, although I am a Catholic. It's not it. I mean, I'm sure that's something part of it, but everything comes back to you. When you're nice to others, they're always nice to you. And if they're not, then flush them. They're toxic. Get rid of them. But there's very few of those people in the comic industry, or in like us, like guys that collect comics. Very few people are total assholes.
99% of people are on the we love comics, we're collectors side. 1% of people are on the flipping and trying to make money from recent fees, just off the news. So definitely just get with the 99% of people, fall in love with comics, and that's the way to be happy in the comic collecting world. My last comment I'm going to say is this:
spot that 1%. Quite frankly,
this channel is 99% about the love of comic collecting and showing each other cool stuff. I have an internet shop. Of course, I'm doing it for money, right? So, however, I used to be a collector, and I'm, you can see that in me and everything I say and everything I do.
And my what he says here,
this channel, this YouTube show, and the Grey Man, and everyone on this show is all about the love of comic collecting. So we did make some comments based on what Mark had some kind of debate on the internet with Sticky Goose. It's come up a few times in the show, but you know what? I would hate to see this show turn into a show about talking about Sticky Goose and talking about money.
No, we don't do that.
I think that those kind of questions we should just ignore and move on from in the future, because we've already dealt with them.
We've moved on from most of them anyway, but we get mired when this shit comes up constantly. Because there are people like Sticky Goose, and there are people like that.
And that's enough advertising for everybody else.
No, I won't say any. I won't call any more names. But those people are why there's toxicity out there in people that we're not that. We're not that. We're all about the love.
And Sticky Goose. Thrives.
I want to know what Tempest does in the toy fair. I bet he rips people off left, right, and centre.
Oh, absolutely.
Sticky Goose thrives on drama.
He gets the things he wants at probably a good price, but he wouldn't stick it to anybody, I'm sure.
So let me just finish this one, okay? Sticky Juice thrives on drama, and he thrives on having fights with other people on YouTube YouTube because he then gets hits on his show. He thinks he's being some kind of a modern age hero attacking other people. He isn't. He's a dickhead. So let Sticky Goose and all that toxicity, let it stay on his channel. We will stay in that we're in love with comics and we like to show each other cool comics and go, ooh, and ah, and isn't that a great one? That's what this show's about. So that's, if you're watching this show and you commented on that show, on this show, you're in the right place. If you love comics, you're in the wrong place if you're in the toxicity camp, sort of the flipping and all that stuff.
Practically the only time we talk about money is when you come and ask questions about it, Nigel. Don't talk bollocks. You've come in about 4 weeks and you've asked the same questions over again, and that's when we talk about money. Other than that, I don't think we necessarily talk about money. It gets
Nigel,
mentioned,
don't be a shit stirrer.
Yeah. Anyway,
don't be a shit stirrer.
Let's move on.
Let's move on now. So I have to ask Tempest. Tempest, any new toys?
Yeah.
Can you show them?
Show us the toys.
Even though I'm not supposed to be collecting anymore.
Wait, why would he show toys if we're asking him to show toys? You know, why would he show toys? Why would we talk money unless somebody's asking about money and wants an answer? You know, we're going to talk about it because you asked about it.
And also, I have an internet shop. So
that's awesome.
I am doing it for money, but I'm not a flipper.
Unfortunately, somebody sat on the box before he got to me.
Is it called Egg Slayer or something?
The box is kind of knackered.
Do you think it was when he left and he got damaged in the post?
Egg Slayer?
Yeah. But I've opened it anyway. I'm not that fussed about the box.
Might as well. The box is toast.
Yeah, and he says he's seen that talked about on multiple videos. I can tell you one you haven't seen in the last 2 years is one of my own videos where I talk about any of it.
Oh, I love that.
Because all these toxic pricks out there just shoot me off.
We're changing the subject, Kyle.
Yeah, did that take you a long time to find, Tempest?
No, that's only just come out. So
I've
had it on order for a while though. This guy turned up as well.
That's a nice one.
I never heard of that, but that's beautiful.
Are these old toys or new current toys?
No, these are new ones.
Okay.
You can't
forget,
I've never heard of any of them.
They're classic.
I've got some comics as well.
Cool. Show.
Show.
Got a few random tomahawks.
Okay.
That's nice.
Do they go cheap, Tomahawk? Or are they just expensive as all the other silvers?
They're not quite. I think some of them you can get for around about a tenner-ish, but they were pretty cheap.
Oh, no, that's not cheap.
Would you put Tomahawk into the genre of Western?
Kind of weird Western, isn't
I think you have to, don't you? Yeah.
Is it like sci-fi Western or like mystical Western, something like that? That's my birthday book, September 1969.
There is like a mystical element to it in there on that.
Yeah, it seems to be all like
first time recorded Titan and Fury as well, isn't it?
Giants and aliens, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can answer that one for Nigel. The greatest comic shop they've all ever been to is Splat Comics. It's me. Yeah.
Online, yeah.
But before you were born, Darren, I used to go to Dark They Were and Golden Eye. That was
how dare you?
I never went there, but
that was before you were born.
The old Forbidden Planet, the first Forbidden Planet was a good shop. That's where I used to go as a kid.
Yeah, there's a place in Sheffield called the Space Centre that at one time used to be really good.
Okay.
I used to go.
They got rid of all the Silver Age stuff.
I used to jump on the train as a 16 and 17-year-old, and I went to everywhere. So I was based in Lincolnshire.
I got that one.
I went to Norwich. I went to Colchester, Nottingham. I went to Sheffield, Birmingham, Nostalgia and Comics Birmingham. I went to. That was a nice one. I used to like that.
I remember Nostalgia and Comics.
And Lincoln, of
Son
course.
of Tomahawk as well, haven't you? You got Son of Tomahawk, where Tomahawk's a really old man.
I got these 3-packs. Well, 4-packs actually.
Legends of
Legends of
NASCAR.
NASCAR in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Some other, I don't know what that one is.
Is that based where Kyle lives?
Yep.
And
He
then-
lives
is.
next to NASCAR. Is
Well,
it NASCAR
NASCAR
you
is
live
based down in Atlanta,
cat.
but IndyCar
What's
is
the-
based
what's-
here.
In
What's the one?
Florida,
Indy
in Florida,
500 is it near you? Is it?
Yeah,
Indy
IndyCar
500?
is based. IndyCar is based here, but
It's all
NASCAR
cars.
is based in
I tell you
Atlanta.
what, car racing is the most boring thing I've ever seen. Formula One, I hate it. I hate Formula. It's so boring.
Hey,
you guys
Bill,
think Formula One.
here's one for you.
It's just-
There's a DC treasury
2020.
of Richard Petty
Oh yeah,
Racing.
Death Race 2020.
What?
I kind of wanted to get that run, but I've never seen it around.
What's the
It's Pat
significance?
Mills in it. Is it Pat Mills?
Yeah.
Yeah, based
What's
on the
the-
old Death Race 2000. So I thought, has he got Frankenstein in it as well as the main character?
I think that does look to be him, doesn't it?
I love that.
You only just
I
got
love
that,
that
though,
movie
yeah.
so much.
Hey, and that DC Richard Petty, what's the significance of that
Well, which is-
treasury?
I've never heard of it, so
Is
how
that
can I
that
know?
looks amazing front cover condition? That is show us
Covered
the
up, yeah.
spine.
Unfortunately, there's no fan in it, unfortunately. I bought these
When
from
That is super cool, though. I don't
When
have
you
that
held
one.
it, when you held it up, I thought it was a modern reprint.
that's the first Super Adventure Annual.
That's
The one that I
super
never
cool.
thought I'd be able to
Tempest, you and Terry really should know this. What's significant about the Richard Petty treasury?
No
Which
idea.
one, sorry?
No
The
idea.
Richard Petty Racing treasury from DC. What's significant about it?
Just tell us.
I don't know. And
It
then I
was
got
done
another-
by Bob Kane, his last
I got
comic
another
book.
one.
That's the artwork
That-
sucks.
With exactly the same problem.
Bill,
Yes.
Bill, those Super Adventure Annuals are exactly the same publisher as the ones that you've been getting from Batman and
I
stuff.
wish I'd gotten them. Maybe I need to try to get one of those off of Tempest.
Well, I've got a
that
few of
this
them.
week,
I
Tempest?
don't have that one. I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
cool.
that stuff it's in the video that's going up tonight. There were 3 auctions over the last couple of month or so, and I actually won a bunch of stuff on all of them,
Oh, great.
Oh, that's cool.
which makes a change.
That's super cool.
What good prices.
Have you guys ever
Yeah,
heard of
I
surprise?
think
have
the
you
stuff
guys
that
heard of
I wanted,
surprise
nobody else was
variants?
bidding on. The stuff that I did want, however, there were some lots that I was more interested in. They went. There was a bunch of on that first one, because I think you mentioned it to me, Darren. There was all those double comics.
Yeah,
I showed
yeah.
these already.
And,
Couple of old Lois.
And that's one of the lots that I was bidding on went for 300.
that
Went for 300 quid, and that's just way out of my ballpark.
Oh, that's
and stuff
cool.
like that.
That's the first comic I ever had.
What?
Which one?
Lois Lane 51 was the first American comic I ever read.
Lois 51,
wow.
yeah?
And you didn't put you up reading comics.
Did you buy it for the ladies?
Well,
Aw.
I picked it off a rack when I was 7. 7 or 8.
Was you looking for a future in fashion or something? You saw the ladies'
No,
costume. and you
no, you
thought,
like
"Oh,
the ladies
It
already.
just stuck out, so I just picked it up with Mum. So I've told
Right.
that story on my channel.
Now, we've got another question here, but we can't answer it because it means talking about money. So we won't answer that question.
That it's been asked and answered before.
I told it.
Yeah.
It's been asked and answered before.
I told
This
it-
one's
Terry
pretty-
finished
this one's
his point.
pretty big.
That's a good one.
I told it on my channel that basically all it was. I was at
That was
school-
funny,
I
Tempest.
I got picked up from school. Mum picked me up from school. I can't remember whether it was I was going to the opticians, or I was going to get a new pair of shoes, or what it was. But it was so early. We walked down to the newsagent. She wanted to go and pay the paper bill to start off with, and she was chatting away to the paper lady. And I was, I was looking at the comic rack. And I mean, I used to buy all the British stuff, or my mum used to buy Beano, Dandy, or whatever. But I saw the American rack, and my mum said, "Oh, pick a comic out," because she was yapping to the lady, so she didn't want to be disturbed. And I happened to pick that one out, and that's say the first comic ever. So I picked that one out. But why I don't know. But that was the very first book I ever
I
had.
love these old covers compared to the modern stuff.
I
These
have
old
bought
covers
it.
Oh,
so
they're
great.
Since I have
fantastic.
They stand out so well, you know. Oh, it just stands out.
So, hey, Gray, when you come back,
Yes, mate?
I want you to put me full screen because I have some. Well, it's an oddity to me. Maybe you guys know what it is, but So, have you guys ever heard of a surprise variant?
Is that when they accidentally make a variant?
Well, no, yeah. I mean,
It's one of those ones with
it's
2
new
or
to
3
me.
covers.
No, it's when they'll ship variants and no one expects them, and there's something completely off the pale. Now this, so you guys know about DC's, which was basically DC's version of Marvel Zombies, right? You know
Yeah.
about that from a few years ago? Well,
Deceased,
look at
yeah.
this. Look at this. This is an animated Batman deceased. And
Okay.
there's no reason it would have the animated Batman on it, but it's not, believe it or not, it's not worth that much, but it might be after I do this a little bit, but it's so cool because it doesn't fit with the style or anything. But there's animated Batman and the animated Batman logo. Oh, and I've never seen anything like this. Have you guys?
What are the other ones
I've seen that
with
cover
the
before,
normal
but I can't
logo?
say I
Right?
noticed the top of it. I've seen that cover before, but I can't remember seeing it with the animated bit. But maybe
Right. And so I'm a huge animated Batman fan. So I saw this and I picked it up, but I was shocked it's only like $3, and it's like the print run is very low. I think it's just because people don't know about it, but I thought, man, that's super freaking cool, right? I just love it.
Yeah,
or am I just geeking out? Do you guys think this is cool too? I just think it's cool.
For the story
Different.
Deceased, it is weird to have the animated thing on it.
Right,
House
it
of
makes no
Secrets.
sense at all, right?
Is there a
Makes
corner
no
mission on that
sense.
one, Darren?
I'm hiding the corner deliberately.
Is it torn?
No.
Oh, who is it?
Do we need Kyle to tell us what this book is?
Is it animated Batman on the corner?
Is that
Yeah.
the first eclipse?
In the 60s, it would be the Filmation version.
Yeah, first
Oh,
eclipse.
is it the first
appearance of
Eclipso?
Eclipso.
That's the first Eclipso,
Oh, wow.
is it?
Appearance.
And that's weird. It looks like Jim Aparo art, kind of, but I don't think it is.
I love Eclipso. How often there's eclipses in his part of the world. Literally every week there's an eclipse going on. Like it's that. Oh yeah, my
I love that cover. Oh my God, I want to buy. Hey, put that on the bill pile.
Hey, I just said it. You can't.
Oh.
You can't.
Fight!
didn't hear-
Fight!
I said it first.
I was
didn't hear you say it.
considering sending this to CGC actually, so maybe it goes.
Oh, isn't that good?
I picked a cheap copy up because it's got a bit of sun fading on front.
If I don't CGC it, it'll go on Gray's pile first, but it will be pricey, Gray.
Yeah, let me know the price, and if it's too expensive, you put it on Bill's
That's a
pile.
great Catwoman.
I do want to get.
Just put it on the bill pile so Gray doesn't have to worry about it. I hate to see him. I hate to see him kvetch on things.
Well, I'm trying to get bigger books this week or this month or for a while because I've got so many to be reading. So I want to pay rather than getting lots of books for a certain amount of money. I'd rather get one book for a certain amount of money so I can try and fill some gaps in some.
Is Mark offered to clean it? Yeah, one for you.
That's 200 quid.
Yeah, so it's the first Silver Age Catwoman, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if that takes off your pile, then no worries.
Yeah. Is that in my pile now?
I paid 38 quid for mine. I thought that was overpriced.
I don't know. Was Gray saying he doesn't want it in his pile anymore?
Well, 200,
Okay.
yeah, put it on
It's in
Bill's
the bill
pile. He's
pile
got more
now.
money than me.
Well, I'm still thinking about CGC, but if I don't CGC, I'll put it on your pile, Bill.
There you go. There's my list. There's my list of lowest lanes that I need.
Oh, that's not a lot, and a lot of those are
Think
very
about
early.
how hard it is to get
Not
things.
many.
Right.
I kind of want 10 to the end of the run, really. That's what I'm going for. Or maybe 11 to the end of the run. But there's a few, I'm getting pretty close.
I'm trying to find a price on Eclipso.
Will not be cheap either, will it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to price it separately, I think.
Did
You can go to someone else, Gray. That's my 2 comics shown. I've got nothing else.
Did you ever see these, Bill?
I can't. Can you blow them up, Gray?
Yeah, give me a second or so.
Yes, I have those. Aren't those great?
Yeah.
I love those so much. Those are amazing. Yeah, I do have a set of those somewhere. Yeah.
I remember trying
me where, but
trying to
they're
pick these
somewhere
up.
in the House of Bill. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love those so much. I love the villain ones.
Yeah.
Those have you guys ever seen these? They're cards, but there was a special one in every pack, and you could stand them up.
Card. Like a standee, like you used to call them. Didn't they back in the day?
I don't remember these being popular earlier, but aren't they great? I love these, Tempest. These are fantastic. Those are so great.
The 2 showcases Lois Lane was in on your list as well, Gray. You're not bothering with it.
Realistically, I doubt I'll be able to afford them. Mind you, when I was at the Mark the other day, Mark picked up one of the showcases.
That's wonderful. That's one of my favorite ones, actually. I don't know why.
Cash on me that day. I would have picked it up myself.
Design on her. Oh, that's a great one.
That Eclipse is about 80 quid, by the way.
Right.
I'll take it if no one else does.
Bill says they'll take it.
That's not bad.
Okay. Oh, I love that. Have you guys seen the new version of Mr. Freeze? I'm sure you have, Tempest. The one where he almost has like a diver's helmet on. You seen that one?
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
I've got to figure it out. Got to figure it out.
Didn't he have a helmet right at the beginning or early on?
That's what he looked like at
one point.
Oh, it is? I didn't know that.
Bill,
no, this one's more. It's similar. Yeah, you're right. But this one you can't see his face.
No.
It's just like a dome, but it's like a helmet. But his face is recessed, and when his face comes up to the front of the helmet, you see that he's all frozen in the helmet. That's what I think I saw.
Bill, I just want to ask you. Bill, are you sure you want these on your pile, bearing in mind that you can get them cheaper in the States without a price tag?
A few House Secrets recently.
I'd rather give you the business, but I mean, I probably could, but
I'm happy to sell them to you, but I just think it'd be a bad deal for you.
Well, I get the maximum discount from you, so it probably wouldn't be a bad deal once it's all said and done, right?
Okay, if you want to do it, that's no problem.
Yeah, put them in there. Yeah, please. Right. I'll think about it quickly. If I decide against it, I'll tell you soon, so you don't miss out from someone else.
I'm not processing DC for another 3 months yet, so there's no.
Okay, very good.
That was a good one, Gray. That was awesome. That was
a good one.
The one with the skull in the shades.
I think I got that from you a recent. No, I didn't. I got it from another buyer. I realised now it was a different buyer I got it from. Yeah, that is. Mark likes this one a lot as well. I don't mind it, but I don't think it's great. I think it's all right.
It's just very striking.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nothing like a monster in a cage. That's more like it for my tastes.
You like turtles with people coming out of hatches on their back.
Exactly.
Shooting.
I like a turtle ship. With like turtle men popping out of it and firing guns. Can't go wrong with that. I like the daft ones. I like
motorbikes driving around.
I like the crazy shenanigans. Detective Batman there. I've shown this before. This is in my read pile. I like going for my read pile again. I've whittled it down a bit actually. I'm down to about 1.5 boxes now, rather than 2 boxes and a pile that I had before. Now I'm on 1.5 boxes. But I've been reading them quickly as I can, you know.
You're buying them faster than you're reading them.
Yeah, that's what I was doing for a while. So I'm trying to slow down on that a bit. But at one point I literally just started reading some Marvel lots that I picked up probably 3 or 4 months ago. Like I got a batch of Iron Man, batch of Daredevil. Some guy sold them all to me for like $150 each, which I thought was a good deal. and they're all in good enough nick. But like my Iron Man box, I was reading a lot of Iron Man recently, and I don't know if you can see it up here. Here's Iron Man box, number 30. And I had to go now to pile them on top. So there's now like a little pile of Iron Man on top. The same with my Flash, my Flash box, my JLA box, my Conan box. They've all got like piles of comics on the top of the bloody wall, lying on top of the comics. It's not a good system.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, one time
when I bring the comics up here to show you on the show, I never take them down, so my front room's always in a state. The trick to having large collections is trying to keep them in some kind of order, and it's a job in itself.
Yeah.
In fact, Mile High Comics. Oh, Terry, you're on mute. I don't know if you know. And Mile High Comics had said something along the lines of he doesn't run a comic shop, he runs a sorting business, and I can totally understand why he says that. It's a sorting out and then a finding them later.
Yeah, it's tricky, hard job. I don't know how you manage it, mate.
I'm swamped, aren't I? I don't manage it. I'm swamped.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I want to try and move, empty out a long box and put some of these half boxes that are full up. But then I'm like, where am I going to put the stuff from the long box? It's like, so I go out and buy 3 more long boxes and the house is already bloody full to start up my, to put the Conan, the Flash, the JLA. So they've got their own long box. And then I can probably shove a few other bits in the back of them. But, anyway.
Well, did you ever read Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robot?
Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robot, you say?
Yeah.
Never heard of it, mate.
You've never heard of it? There's no point showing you that.
That's not one you dreamed up, was it, mate?
No. You don't read that? You don't read it?
Talking Big Guy.
Who was the publisher?
It's is it Dark Horse that did? It's Frank Miller stuff. He did like Hard Boiled.
Right.
Yeah.
That was along with around about that time.
I don't recognise it, mate.
Don't recognise it at all. Interesting.
I never really bought much outside of Marvel and DC though.
I went through a phase.
I had a bit of Image back in the day, some Image comics.
Hello, Mark.
And hello.
Are you trying to get onto the phone, Mark?
Does Mark want to come
no,
on?
He's not in the back room. How's the hunting going, Mark? If you want to come on, one of us can step out for a bit. I'll step out for a bit. I don't care. Oh, well, we'll never kick Bill out. He's off doing other things anyway.
You can leave your own show, Gray.
Huh?
You can leave your own show.
I don't mind leaving my own show. I don't like hanging out with you guys that much, This is
when
this
I
is
get
my good
selling,
deed.
I might pay for your stream while I'm selling.
I
need to get some income coming in now to be able to do it. That's all. So
how much does it cost for the StreamYard stuff?
I think the paid one's about £20 a month. Cool.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Very jealous. I'll go to America.
Yeah, I so.
So what do you want to do? What do you want me to grab a box of something? I've got nothing prepared.
Bill's stuff to show.
Where's your lowest low box? I want to see if you've got any of the comics I need.
Mine. Do you know? I don't even know where it is. That 60 set number 70 came out of my special box.
Yeah.
Kyle, look, weren't you talking about this earlier?
Yeah, the monster.
Yeah, this monster.
Yeah.
Absolute classic.
Let me show a few while you have me big here.
Oh, so
That's Mad
cover
comic.
list, or is that some weird old one?
It's Mad number 12.
It's a weird frontage.
It
Yeah,
is,
well,
isn't it?
they did it. They did it to mimic magazines, and it was a joke. But they would do it. They did it quite a few times. Like
It was like the contents page, like the inside
Yeah.
content page.
right. Harvey Kurtzman cover.
That's more like it.
And this is for you, Brits.
Mad
I'm
Tea
not
Party.
Party.
Curiouser and Curiouser.
And then this is for those out there that are Italian and fine art lovers.
Ooh.
Italian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes, right now. So I was thinking of something. I was thinking the fact that she's in the Louvre. That's all it was.
Yeah. She's
in
drawn by.
the Louvre.
Oh, yeah. She's actually
She's
a
in the
French
Louvre.
girl
Don't tell
now.
anybody. Don't
You
tell
are
anybody.
right.
But I've
You
been
are
working
right.
on a Mona Lisa
This is
cover
number
slingers theme. I just need one more book to get my 5 Mona Lisa books.
Have you got that one that Bill just showed?
No, I haven't got that one, but I've got one on the way. I've got a Bob Hope on the way from America that's got Mona Lisa on the cover.
Oh, do you have
Never-
that?
Oh,
Do you have
strange
Plastic
world.
Man number 1 that he is the Mona Lisa and the guy's stealing him from the museum?
What's
I
that? Bob Hope?
always like it with the misapprehension that the Mona Lisa is a very big painting.
My pile.
Yes.
It's a very, very small painting.
That what number's
Is it
that,
very
Bill?
small?
That's about 40 something, wasn't it? 44.
Number 44.
Oh, that is just
Went
so
to the Louvre,
awesome.
Terry,
And
but I
only
don't buy a sword
$1.
Mona Lisa.
Wow.
I bought this
Yes,
at Comic
yeah, I
Fest
saw it.
in
It's
San
amazing how
Diego
small that
in
picture is.
October.
You know, whenever you
Right.
see it in the films and everything else, that someone's robbing the Mona Lisa and they've got this bloody great painting. They go, it doesn't look like that.
Okay.
This is the earliest DC I have. This is when they were still
It's probably not much
educational
bigger than
comics
one of the large
Wow.
magazines.
before they became entertaining comics.
That Mad magazine he showed with the Mona Lisa on,
Yeah.
the Mona Lisa isn't much bigger than that.
Mark just
Wow.
got recognized in San
Oh, really?
Francisco.
It's small?
Yeah, no, I mean it's bigger than that, but not a lot. I mean nothing in comparison to the way that they do it.
That's
I did
brilliant.
not know that.
That's
And
brilliant.
then this is
I
number
hope,
18.
I hope he immediately kicked you out of the store for the troublemaker you are.
Yeah, probably did.
Yes, it's behind a very, very long piece of
One of the best Jack Davis covers ever. It's a really nice cover. I mean, I'm not pro Civil War, so.
Did he give you a discount, Mark?
Astonishing.
You like that, Darren? That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like
That's
it.
an early Maurice Severin cover.
So it's always like you can see like the glare and that. It's hard to make out sometimes with the glare
I
on it.
apologize.
Or that's
So
all right. You can't help. Or
Panic
the
was the
reflection of the
sister.
computer.
Panic was the
Right.
sister comedy book to Mad,
Okay.
and they
Mad
did
Panic.
a lot of the, yeah. And this is my
Should have teamed up.
favorite cover of both of them. An eye chart.
Human of Varicus fame.
Isn't that great? I freaking love this. I think this is so funny and so great. I love this. And then this
It
one.
wouldn't have fit if they had to put the U in, would it?
Yeah. And look at it. I love this. People who know like 'em lampoons can go fly 'em kite. Ned Neanderthal. Needless to say, he's a Stone Age guy, but it's like it's their idea of like masterpiece theater or something.
Isn't that supposed to be an American president lookalike?
No, it's actually it's actually supposed to be a caveman with shark teeth, a shark teeth necklace.
But isn't it a homage to?
Yes, yes, it is.
The bust of an American president.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Bill, on Facebook, there's a thing you've got on Facebook where there's half a dozen presidents, including Trump. I take it those other 5 weren't nice people either.
No, they were the suckiest of the 6 and they were even worse than Nixon.
Wasn't on there then.
Huh?
Nixon's not on there.
No, those guys were even worse than Nixon.
Bloody
yeah. We've had some doozies, guys.
Yeah,
we've had some doozies.
But he's showing the first appearance of Superman in an EC comic.
Yep.
No one
the
there.
Actual Superman. Yep.
The Tracy book that's out at the moment,
Smiling Jack,
is really, really good. The stories.
Why
really
is Smiling Jack always smiling? That's the question.
No, I never thought I'd read
the vibration in the cockpit.
I'd ever read a Dick Tracy comic. They are the ones that
and then
are really good.
This I want to show you. This is the reprint from 1972 or 74 rather. And then this is the actual comic.
What year is that one from?
This one is from 53.
Right, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Terry, what run did you say was really good at the moment?
The Cosgrove collection.
It's on issue 8 now, but so Dick Tracy.
Oh, Dick Tracy. Okay.
Yeah.
This one.
I'm just saying the new series of Dick Tracy that's out now.
Yeah, who does that then? What company does that?
I'm not sure, but it looks damn good. I haven't picked it up.
I think it's Image.
Okay.
Is it Image?
Right.
I thought it was an off-brand, but
here's one for you, Bill.
Then I want to show you this. Wait,
hold on a second.
Okay.
No, wait for Racing Betty's.
This is a big treasure. It's not DC actually. STP put it out.
It's Mad Cave.
Kane.
Mad Cave Studios. Well, that's issue 8 of it.
Oh wow!
So it's a bloody good read. Really, really
that's
good.
Cool. Mad Cave. Yeah. I want to get that actually.
Yeah, so that's issue 8. But
I want to show you this. Oh, you're still showing that. Okay.
But yeah, it's got a thing on Bob Kane back here. But it's put out by STP Publications. I thought it was a DC. I keep it.
What's a Racing Betty when it's at home?
Carl, isn't it?
But a 1980 Bob Kane comic book. And you can tell it's Bob Kane art because it's so bad.
Is Petty the name of a family or something?
Yeah, it's the
Richard Petty is like the
I thought it was Racing Betty.
Racers.
His son's actually named after the same guy I'm named after.
What, Tom Petty?
Tom Petty. No.
But
you're free falling now, Gray. You're free falling.
I'm free falling.
Bernie P. Hull.
So this is it. I just realized what it was today, but I've had it for a little while. You still going, Kyle? I'm sorry.
No.
This is a sketchbook.
It takes time. Whenever you press the button, it goes to the person who was last on the big screen. So it takes time to drag the new person to the big screen.
That's a portfolio, isn't it?
Well, it's a sketchbook that Steranko did based on his first graphic novel that he did on his own in 1970, and it's got some great stuff. This isn't it. It gets greater as it goes in.
Are you sure it's not a big flip book? You just got to flick the corners.
No, that would be great. But look how great his artwork was, even in 70. This guy, he evolved so fast. He only did 24 comics, and yet he's still in most everyone's top 10. He's just an amazing artist, amazing layout artist. But this, and I have no idea what this is worth. I'll have to look it up. But he was amazing. Oh wow! It just pulled apart.
Not so much anymore,
worth less than I thought. Now.
Oh man! I can see. Oh, Darren's about to explode.
I know. I'm
Pretty
sorry,
good.
Darren. This is a comic.
Yeah.
By the way.
Was that page already loose?
One more page and I'll quit.
I think it was hanging on, and sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
You pick up a book where the centerfold's just hanging on, and you don't know, and all of a sudden,
thankfully,
it was $1,000. Like 200.
Thankfully, it did not pull
This
apart.
little
I just have
was
to.
good
I just
until I
have to
opened
find a
it
way
and the
to
corner fell off.
get it back on there, and it'll be fine.
Good. So that's why I got a bit of tape on it. I opened it, it was fine, and then like when I sort of turned the page, the little split down and the corner
But
fell
look
off.
at
That was
that.
great.
That's just great stuff.
Did
And
you
then
all
this, I want
did you all watch?
to put me full screen real quick. I just want to show you this. So this is unique. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of this because I had not. It was a short-lived monster magazine that was American, but it was put together by people in London. So it has a very much a British feel.
Daleks Invade Earth. Is that based on the film?
Was there a film named Shriek?
No, Daleks. The Daleks.
Yeah. Look, let me show you.
Is that from
Is that just a fanzine, or you got
no? It's like a famous monsters kind of book.
Yeah,
and it has a whole.
Yeah, the Daleks one. Yeah, it's from the bait. Yeah.
Isn't there one called Gore Shriek as well?
Who? Not Bill. Not Bill. Who was that guy? Who was Doctor Who there? Not Bill. Anyone else?
Cushing, wasn't it?
Yeah, Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the movies, didn't he?
Was that the first ever Doctor Who? Or
wasn't Bernard Cribbins in that as well?
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
yes,
I remember
was.
that. I remember going to the pictures to watch that, and the other one.
Look how massive the sets were. The sets were amazing. They must have had a lot of money to put into this.
Yeah, there was 2 Doctor Who films.
Look at those sets. They're amazing. And then the next story is Munsters Go Home.
Munsters, brilliant.
The Munster movie.
Red Queen.
But it's very neat. And then look on the back, your typical 1960s monster magazine. But it's just super cool. I'm gonna keep this, but I just came across it in the collection, and I was just totally impressed. I don't know why. It's just so. Don't you guys think it's cool? There's very few American released magazines or comics that were created in Great Britain, and it definitely looks British, you know. So
you think that Call Blimey Governor on every page?
You think it might have been issued in Britain?
Would you say Tempest?
Does it say Call Blimey Governor on every page?
Yeah, yes, it says Core and Blimey. They're separate, but yes, it does.
Bill, what clues do you have to say it's British? What clues?
Well, okay, I opened up the front and it says edited by Frankenstein, picture research by Robin Bean, designed and produced by the House of Horror, London, for Acme News Company Incorporated, New York, New York.
I've got some old magazines.
Hey,
it's pretty clear, right?
Anyone get these?
I mean,
here's an easy one for you guys. Who put out the Gore Blimey? Who put out the Gore Blimey fan letter?
It was Barry Windsor Smith, Gore Blimey Press.
Yep.
Name this movie.
Is that Linda Black?
That's what is that?
Is that Linda Black? I mean, Karen Black.
I've no idea who the actress is. That wasn't the question.
No.
I believe that was
Reanimator
Reanimator 2.
I can figure out the movie.
Is it the Fog?
I'm pretty sure it was Reanimator 2.
I think I was thinking it Reanimator.
Oh, that's not Karen Black then.
I think
have you guys watched Gray's restoration video that he put out today?
Well, if you read all the comments, you'd notice most people have.
Exactly.
What did you think? I think you did a great job.
He did a bloody good job. I said he did a bloody good job.
Yeah.
Just tape came off so easy. I couldn't believe how easy that blinking fabric tape came off, actually.
Did you not have to put the hairdryer on it? Did it just come off?
Yeah, but literally, no more than about 5 minutes to the hairdryer, and I had the whole lot off. It would come off really. The only thing is, it leaves a kind of like dry residue.
Yeah,
I kind of like a little rub on. But maybe I could have. If I had a bit more time, if I'd have been a bit less That wasn't exactly rushed, but I kind of after I stood it for a bit, I wanted to get it over with because I was getting sort of nerve wracked. I was like, any minute now, a hawk's gonna fly through the window and shit on my comic or something. You know what I mean? Like stupid things like that. I thought anything could happen.
I think you should let sleeping dogs lie. It's perfectly fine as it is, and a nice.
You've made a huge improvement by taking off the tape, even though it's left the residue, because the residue is not sticky, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not sticky. It was like
that's as far as you need to go, Gray. You've done a great job there.
Yeah.
You'll have to sell it back to me for more money.
Yeah, maybe.
So, I actually made a trip up to the library because I knew I had to take those books up today, and I went in and showed that Teddy. But that is the extent of my moving around today. If I cut off abruptly, last week I pushed too hard and was sick for the next 8 hours. Yeah. I'm already starting to get the shake, so if I just check out real quick, don't think nothing of it. But
remember this, Buddy?
I'm pushed too hard today.
Buddy, it's Buddy.
Oh. No, I don't remember that one at all.
No.
Was that a boys or a girls?
1982.
Was that a boys or a girls comic?
Boys.
It's the super stories for boys.
You guys have a girls comic called
25. That's probably why I don't remember.
Yeah, Judy. Yeah.
Maybe it was the boy version of Judy.
I don't even know where I got it from. It's got Billy the Cat in it though.
Let me grab
Billy the Cat was a cool character.
Let me show you these real quick. So these were a limited series. I believe Chris Batista may have done some of the art. I'm not sure. Let me see.
I didn't know if anybody could even know, but you just said the name. Would you like to have him on the show? Because Chris is an absolute darling.
I would love to have Chris on the show. Chris is a wonderful guy.
He's done some amazing Transformers work too.
I'll show you in a minute, Bill, but I've got to show something that the English guys are going to love. Basically, he's the most dynamic and enigmatic and charismatic sportsman ever in the UK. It's a little chap called Steve Davis. I know these guys will this buddy with Steve Davis' story unit, guys, could be yours for just 50 quid.
I've actually read his
Was he an asshole?
No, I tell you what, his autobiography was interesting.
Yeah, I've read that.
Was it? We probably called it interesting as well, didn't he? Because he's quite good actually. He's good. I see him play some.
Great. He actually used
the other day.
Okay, so
in Boscombe, just up the road from where I live, he used to go to a music shop there. He used to buy tons of records.
Do you guys know about Gotcha Man or Battle of the Planets?
Yeah.
I'm sure Tempest does.
G-Force.
I didn't think much of. I remember watching it as a kid, but I wasn't overly impressed with that cartoon. Really,
you won't have been with our version because it got all the value.
The best bit was the intro.
Yeah,
with Seven's Art 7, which was created by Alex Toth, and he hated it. But these are all the covers are done by Alex
Ross. Yeah. Do you have the chromium one? I've got the chromium one upstairs.
No, I don't have the chromium one.
I've got it upstairs. If you want it, Bill, I'll put it aside for you.
So I find Silveracre great, to be honest. As I say, most of my Action and Superman comics, probably between 1959 and 1962, came from them.
Yeah.
And I've never had any trouble with them. I know people do.
Darren, don't you like them?
The website's a bit rubbish, though, isn't it?
All I can say is that he's been in business for a very long time, and he has a reputation which is not so good in terms of the place his reputation suffers is being very ruthless when buying collections off people, like ridiculously ruthless. And the other place he suffers is maybe just being a bit loose on grading. Otherwise, I'm sure he's got many, many very happy customers who are, like Terry, who've bought from him for many years. But those are the two areas where he maybe suffers on reputation.
To be honest, I think it's the way it's like with a lot of people. It's the way you speak to them. If you have a problem and you go there having a right old go about it, then you aren't going to get a decent reply. But if you go there and you say, look, I got this in your statement, you do say it's X, Y, and Z. but it isn't really. Can I return it or whatever the case may be? And I've never had a problem, sort of thing. He's come back to me and turned around and said, "Yes, I'm sorry about that. You can either return it or I'll give you a bit off of it," sort of thing. But I've never really had a problem. The main trouble is a lot of the books that are on his Silveracre, and he does state it on there on his website. This isn't the book you're buying. It's a picture.
They use stock photos for.
You mean on eBay, Terry?
Yeah,
you mean on eBay?
That's bullshit.
They have pictures on the website, don't they?
He does do it. They're on there, but he tells you that. And then in the bloody in the thing, it's got like very good minus or something or other, or he'd rate it a 1.5. But people don't take a blind bit of notice. They just see this stock footage picture. They don't read the jollop, and then what happens? He sends it to them. And then they start screaming blue murder because he said.
I did not know that actually. That's news to me because.
But that's what happens quite often. And they're not
actually, Gray, what's that big comic shipper out of Texas?
Mile High.
No, that's Colorado.
It's
Lone Star. My comic shop.
Yeah.
My comic shop does the same thing with general comics. If it's not of any value, it's not a key, or they're not if they're not consigning it from somebody, it pretty well says this is just a stock photo, so we can keep it simple because we're not going to take
we've
pictures
done a lot of
10
business
different.
with them. I've never noticed that, Kyle, and we've done a lot of business with them.
They use stock photos for the non-essentials. I mean, if it's consignment, it's a photo. If it's graded, if it's a photo, if it's relevant, it's a photo. But
Darren should not do that. That's bullshit.
A lot of the lower ones,
it verges on bait and switch in my eyes.
Well, but they put it up there big because
I don't care if they put a
10
disclaimer or
pictures
not. People are always going to not look at that. And it's
buyer beware. If they can't bother to read the information, that's their problem.
To be honest with it, when they put a picture up there of a brand new comic, and then in the indices it says this is in very good or minus condition, or good condition, or it's a bit shit because the spine's split, or whatever the case may be. If the people don't take any notice of that, and they think, and also the price. They're looking at a comic that might cost £100, and they're only charging you 20 quid for it. Why? Look at the bloody description.
I mean, my comic shop does a solid, and they undervalue, they undergrade, they undervalue. So you're getting more for the buck. But they don't take it. I bought about
4 1957 actions from them, from my comic shop, and every single one of them was far better than what they said it were. Just like Darren.
My comic shop is good for that. They'll grade it good when it's a fine minus or whatever. They always do that. They don't, and it's always in there. But I've never bought a single comic where somebody doesn't have at least a 99.8% feedback, and they're out front about it.
There's a couple on eBay. There's one on eBay that actually in the Netherlands, and I tried it. So you always know it's them because they always charge £9 for postage. It doesn't matter what it is.
Is it House of M? Is it that?
And they do the same thing, and they say in their indices, if there's a number by the side of it, then that is the book you're buying that you can see the picture of. If there isn't a number by the side of it, it's stock footage. They tell you that, and it's so blatantly bloody obvious because of the price. Because if I'm looking at a book that I know that's about £300 or £400, and it's only 50, why? And you can't honestly think you can buy something that's worth 400 quid for 50 quid and expect to get some near mint condition.
But I still think it's misleading.
Yeah,
but
they might have 30 issues of the same book.
Of the same book, yeah.
They've got 30 issues, but that means they've got to take 30 photographs of the bloody thing and do it at 30 different sales.
Every comic,
they can sell them at the prices.
Okay, every comic we sell online. I was going to show you something. Every comic we sell online, the picture is of the book, and we scan it that way. And that's the only way I would even allow us to do it.
His number.
I meant to say this upstairs because Mark said that the bloke recognized him in the comic shop. Mark, if you're still listening, I want proof of that. Pop on here and talk to that shop owner and get somebody in San Francisco to admit they watch you there, buddy.
That's cool. No, he doesn't lie.
Oh, I'm busting his balls. I want him to come.
Ball buster, you.
I want him to come on here for a minute because I've never been ashamed of saying San Francisco is the most beautiful city on the planet. So
the only issue I've had with Silver Acre is that their website's not as up to date as it should be.
That's okay.
It's hard to browse. I mean, I've stopped bothering. I went on there a few times in the past, and I just found no photographs.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that run with Eclipso and Prince Ramen.
Yeah. I bought because I've been buying movie adaptation stuff recently. So I went on, typed in movie, whole bunch of stuff cropped up, and I ordered about 8 comics off of there. And then after about 2 weeks, I got an email saying, "Sorry, we haven't got any of these in stock. We've took them off the website." And then you look on the website, and they're still on the website.
Oh God! Yeah, don't strike me as very.
But I think the fact that it took them 2 weeks to get back to me was a bit.
That's crazy.
I understand the issue with the photographs from a website perspective. I understand why they use stock photos, because if you were to take a photo of every single comic, your investment in time, which is paying wages, massively increases, and your potential to make errors, because like if you got 10 copies of a comic and you end up mixing up the photos with the actual prices and the grades, you're into a world of pain. So I understand why they do stock images, but what I'm trying to do this time around is I'm trying to do the exact opposite. I'm trying to list what the comic you see in the photo is the comic you are buying. That's my new sort of thing.
That's the way it should be.
But the thing is, Darren, with yours is slightly different as well. Is the way that you display your books, because you put all those labels on them.
Yes, it helps, of course. Yes.
Your E's and your D's and your VGs and whatever the case may be. And so therefore it would be very difficult for you to do a stock photograph, because you'll have a label on it.
But Terry, when I was setting up the old concept of Splat Comics, I had decisions to make. And one of the decisions I wanted to make was, do I go down a sticky label or do I not do that and just do stock images? And I made a conscious decision that I want the person who sees a photo of a comic, I want them to buy that comic on that photo. They're absolutely happy with what they get then. And that, once I made that decision, then I made a later decision to do the sticky grade thing as well, because also around the grade label is splatcomics.com. So that sticker becomes an advert wherever it ends up in the comic world. If that sticker's still on that bag, that's an advert as well. But I tell you what, I'm sitting here, I've got to do 22,000 photos of Marvel books, and it's a big time investment. It's going to take me a week to do the photos.
As you said about Silver Acre Comics, the biggest comic store outside of America, and you've got Mile High Comics, obviously the biggest store in America. They do stock images of everything.
Mile High do, yes, but Mile High, in fact, are one of the few comic shops which has the potential to do the photo of the actual book you're buying, because Mile High have got a very unique system for cataloging. Because what they do is they just get this is real nerdy stuff about how to run a comics business, right? But when you get a box of comics and you need to process it onto a shop, you've got to find the comics to send to the customer later. And there's 2 ways of doing that. You either alphanumerically sort the comics perfectly so you can find them later, which is what I do.
They made that one more for the time period.
But the Mile High approach is Mile High stick a sequential number on every single comic, and that is the reference number. And so it doesn't matter what the set is, it doesn't matter what the issue number, doesn't matter what the grade is. That is in a sequential box that goes on for millions of boxes. and that's how they find their comics. Now, if you've got that system, it's easy to, when you process the comic, you take a photo, and that photo is attached to that comic. You can do it at the same time, and that's the benefit of Mile High system.
That's a great cover.
Yeah.
Thousands of them off of them like 10, 12 years ago. That's where I built my collection from. Was by Mile High. When
stories to stagger the imagination.
And he was doing free postage as well. They stopped doing that quite a while after, and now Mile High are literally that. They are Mile High.
The prices are Mile High.
Yeah, even on eBay, I don't know where they get these, some of their
Greg, I have number one of that.
60, 70, 80 quid.
Yeah.
Do you get free sex on a plane with every purchase?
No.
Their model, Terry, is that. Okay, so how many comics have you got to sell at £1 each? Versus if you put them at £10 each, if you push them at £10 each, you make £9 profit. So you've only got to sell 1 in 10 comics to make the same money if you price them higher. And that's where Mile High Comics does it. So they sell less comics, but they get more money.
Plus, you can also email Silveracre and ask him for pictures.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You can. You don't always get them because they say sometimes they're in a storehouse somewhere.
Well, yeah, I imagine that's because that Strange Adventures number 12 I got off of them, and I thought I'll just ask them for pictures before because it's a fairly biggish. I mean, it's not a massive comic, but it's a very early Strange Adventures. So I just wanted to double check.
Yeah. No, when you're paying a big price for it, you want to know what it looks like. And when you do ask for a photograph of it, it doesn't matter from who it is you're asking. If they don't send you one, then you don't buy it.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing.
The exception being a run-of-the-mill £2 comic in near
mint. You're not asking for pictures of that.
All £2 comics. If you've got a stack of 20 near mint comics, the picture won't make any difference. They're all £2 and they're all near mint. It doesn't matter.
£2 comics.
If you're planning on spending £300 or £400 or £500 sort of thing on a book,
in fact, in that price range, Terry, you should be asking for pictures of the front cover, the back cover, the centerfold, the splash page, and the backsplash page. So at least 5 photos for that kind of money.
Why did Cave Carson never really take off?
Wanna Beast.
I've had that one before. Maybe you even bought it for me. I don't know.
I don't think I did these ones. I can't remember now. But I do like Piranha Beast, though.
Oh, that one's got one of those special variant covers where the beast has been coloured in like your Batman.
No, they are. It's how it's meant to be.
Oh, that's how it's meant to be.
That's actually proper. Because if it's on both of them, look. I think it's supposed to be like leopards and zebras or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe that's what the guy colouring in the Batman was trying to achieve as well.
Hey, Bill.
Born to Trouble, Johnny Double.
Want to build a snowman?
What?
Want to build a snowman?
What do you mean by that?
Come on, one of you guys got that Frozen joke.
Let it flow. Let it flow.
Have none of you guys seen Frozen?
I've seen it. I know what you're talking about, though.
Do you want to build a snowman? Want to build?
We're not 11-year-old girls, Kyle.
We're not Disney adults either.
Want to build a snowman? That's how a 2-year-old sings that song. Want to build a snowman?
Do you want to build a snowman? Yeah.
Want to build a snowman?
I think I pointed this one out the other day that I've got this one, and it's so annoying. I hate buying. You think it's a good idea to buy modern takes or more up-to-date takes on old characters, but when you got Adam Strange and his wife Alana fucking doing the dirty behind each other's back, it's like, no, I don't want to fucking see that. I don't want to see Adam Strange almost having a one-night stand with some nurse, or it's like, fuck off with that shit. As far as I'm concerned, they're like husband and wife and love each other completely and utterly, and there won't be none of this bullshit going on.
Even if they do live a trillion miles from each other.
Yeah. Exactly.
That Zeta beam always wore off at the wrong time, didn't it?
Yes.
Exactly, I know. Instead of coitus interrupters, it was Zeta beamus interrupters. You arrive back on Earth just as he's got the vinegar strokes. He's like, oh shit. It depends where he turns up when he gets back as well. He's in the middle of the shopping mall or something. It could be That's a good point. How comes he never disappeared once when he was like naked? In the
Hey, this
bath
will
or
make
something?
a few guys on here cringe. Venusian herpes makes you go bald. So that should scare half of us.
Why? None of us are having sex with people from Venus. You've lost me.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Yeah, okay.
Venusian herpes and
Well,
bald.
I'm sure. Okay.
Yeah, it was a cheap. It was a cheap
Wow.
one.
If you got for future reference, Carl, if you got to draw a diagram for people to understand a joke, it don't work, mate. It don't work.
There's so many characters that you can think of that that exist there, and then you just do with DC and Marvel, and then there's these thousands and thousands of books that you did on these different channels. You see, like Comic Collector Geek and all that sort of stuff, and there's something I've never even heard of. It's just crazy. But then when you look at the old DC and Marvel ones, you find loads of ones I've never heard of as well.
Yeah. Well, okay, so again, when I was setting up Splat Comics, I said to myself, do I want to have every single comic that exists as a record so that when I get one, I just add one to stock, right? And I did some guesstimating about how many comics there actually are, different comics, and I came up with, I bet there's something like 500,000 or something like that. And I said it's a pointless exercise because it's just I'm never going to get if I had 500,000 stock products, I would only ever have 50,000 of them. So 90% of the effort is wasted. So
I mean, it's like even with when you're watching Alan and everything else on his show, and it was with Mark and everything else. Quite often he turned and said, "Oh, I've never seen that before." And he's got so much of a thing, and I've never seen. And there's so many of them, and you just carry on forever with it.
That's why I loved when I went upstairs when I was talking about that Race and Petties by Bob Kane. You guys are like, "What the hell's that?"
Yeah,
here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is. This is the backstory to it. And
but that's probably why shows like this are so engaging, because if all we did was show each other comics that all of us had already got, it'd be boring as shit.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just incredible. The amount, I mean, the amount that we never saw in the UK is just incredible. The amount that
I quite like Ultra the Multi-Alien now.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying Ultra the Multi-Alien.
One of my favourite characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool, isn't he?
Was he in like 11 issues, something like that?
I'm not even sure, mate. I couldn't even tell you. In fact, the first Ultra the Multi-Alien story I read was like when Vertigo did a Mystery in Space like title one shot, and that was literally like caught up with Ultra in the future kind of thing.
The colouring and the shape and everything else, was it the same? Was it created by the same one that created Metamorpho? Because he looks so similar in the sort of the colouring, doesn't it?
Yeah, not a million miles out. Yeah, not a million miles.
I just wonder.
Just talking about this makes me want to get in touch with Douglas Adams' estate and see if I could put out a Vogon comic book, and just have it written where there's no explanations. Just say a word like Flurgledurf and have no reference.
So when you say Vogon, you're talking about just nothing but Vogon poetry. Or you talking about
like a Vogon comic book where it starts to tell a story and then just kind of veers off with the thing. I'm just picturing this in my head. It's exploding in my head. Like you start with a story, there's a Vogon, he's sitting there, he's writing, and he's going to tell you a story. And then the whole thing derails by page 3, and by the end you're going, what the fuck did I just look at? And what did this mean? And what did that mean? And what was he saying?
That sounds like a good underground comic, mate.
You don't mean the Vogon like the ones in Doctor Who, do you?
No, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Hitchhiker's Guide stuff, where it just makes no goddamn sense.
It's funny because this Douglas Adams had a race of people called Vogons in Doctor Who when he was the story editor.
Did he put them in Doctor Who as well?
Yeah, he worked on Doctor Who first. Yeah.
I know he worked in Doctor Who, but I didn't realize it. I said the people. Did he put the Vogons in Doctor Who?
There were Vogons in Doctor Who at the time that he was being story editor. So I'm assuming he either pillaged it from there or it was his idea in the first place.
Yeah,
probably. What issue was that in? Who was the Doctor who fought the Vogons?
In the Vogons, it was Pertwee.
Oh.
I'd write a 4-issue Vogon
Hey,
miniseries and have the time of my
make me
fucking
big
life.
for a second, Gray?
I was going to say my lucky number is 24, so I got the meaning of life backwards.
Oh, that's great. That's hilarious. Okay, so do you guys know what this is before I flip it around?
The postcard.
It's a turn of the century
Postcard.
postcard.
Oh yeah, I've touched that before. It's got Joe Kubert art on the back, innit?
Yes,
It's Sergeant
How
Rock.
do you know?
Sergeant
You can
Rock.
see
Yeah,
through
you've
it.
shown it before.
That's right.
Someone's shown it before, anyway.
Yeah, you've shown that before, Bill.
But well, I have, but Tempest and Terry weren't here before, so I wanted to show them.
Right.
He sent Patrick sent this to sent this in 1960. Sent a letter, and they sent him this card back. And apparently, this is what they did when you submitted a letter.
Oh yeah.
And I think this is super cool.
Who did that? Who did that job for Marvel for like 40 years?
Not 40 years, but you're thinking of Flo, but she only did it for 9 years.
Yeah, Flo Steinberg. Yeah, because she's famous for being in the What If Fantastic Four.
They're the Vogons.
Those are the Vogons.
Yep.
I had no idea, mate.
Now that is Tom Baker. That's Tom Baker era. So I was wrong. It's Tom Baker, not Pertwee.
Yeah, I had no idea there were Vogons in Doctor Who as well as in.
Yeah, and that may be one that he wrote actually, but he was definitely the story editor at that time. Isn't that interesting?
Color, so it's got to be
well, he tweaked the Vogons.
John Pertwee era upwards, isn't it?
Pertwee was right before Baker.
Yeah, no, I know that. What I'm saying is that's in colour, so it's John Pertwee up. Is what I'm saying.
It has to be Pertwee or Baker. It can't. Yeah.
That showing Sergeant Rock. Actually, I come up with a game earlier that I don't know if it's going to be very good though. To be honest, basically, I'm gonna call out I'm gonna go around in circles, right, around the board. I'm gonna give you a character name. If you got to tell me if they're a member of Easy Company with Sergeant Rock or the Howling Commandos.
Okay,
let's go.
I had that idea for
Bill,
a game.
Bill, something else real quick before he dives into this. Did you see that postcards from 1960?
Yeah.
Didn't Sergeant Rock start in 1959?
Yeah, so it was early on.
That's very early, Sergeant Rock.
Sergeant Rock, well, not Sergeant Rock, but Easy Company, Our Army at War number 61, August 1957. I don't know if Sergeant Rock came around the same time as Easy Company. Well, you'd think so. But 57, apparently. Our Army at War number 61.
Well, wait. Wasn't that the prototype?
That's a prototype. 68, which again could be 6 months to a year later. So it's late 50s.
Right. But I have that one.
I have
that one. The Rock. That's a great one. I don't think
the Rock in the Wall. The Rock in the Wall in '83 is the official one.
Okay.
But yeah, they're all prototypes. It's all the same guy.
The prototype had him as a famous boxer in America, and he kills a guy by accident in the ring, and they tell him he has to join the army or go to jail.
Yeah. Well, I served with a bunch of Marines like that. Gray, quick question before you get this kicked off. Are you keeping a tally? And can we steal from anybody? Can the person that dings in steal?
I'm not sure. I just thought I'd go round, and I think once you get one wrong, you're out. We'll do it that way. So once you get one wrong, you're out. And we'll carry on going around until there's only one person there. You don't. Well, to me, I think it's a lot easier than I thought it would be, actually. Because, anyway, I won't tell you why.
It's a 50-50 chance anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, true. It's a 50-50 chance. I'm not sure whether to just randomly do it. If I go I don't know if I should roll a dice or something. I should have put them on a wheel or something. Oh, I don't know. Right, so let's start off with Bill then, since he's in that position now. Right. Easy Company or Howling Commando? Izzy Cohen.
Easy Company.
Right. Bye, Bill.
Oh, that was a real evil one.
It sounded like you said easy, not Izzy. That's what had me confused at first.
You
okay.
said Izzy? Oh, I thought you said easy.
Oh, well, never mind.
Okay.
You're still out.
Come back to. No, I'm not still out. Come back. You didn't
bloody
say it right.
I'm the quiz man. I'm telling you, you're out.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
Maybe have to put you on the naughty
That's
step.
not fair. Okay.
You're on the naughty step. Right, okay. 4 Eyes, Darren. Easy Company or Howling Commandos?
Did you? Yeah. What's the name you want me to figure out? And stop calling me 4 Eyes. God, I've got no idea. I only know of the entire list of each of them. I could only know one. If you'd have asked me one guy, I would have known. So everything else is 50-50. So 4 Eyes. Right. Let's go with. I think I'm going to go with Easy Company.
All right, you're still in. Right. First of all, Pinkerton, Kyle.
Oh, you're jumping down to me? Okay. Well, that's Howling Commandos.
Yes.
I was trying to bite my tongue and not say anything because I thought you were going around. I was like,
I'm going
don't
around.
say nothing.
You're next. I went Bill, Darren, then you. Now I'm going Tempest, then I'm going Terry.
I get the way you're doing it now, so I'm just trying to bite my tongue.
So, is this last man standing then?
All right, Tempest. I'm going to be Tempest. I'm going to be easy on you. I'm going to give you 2 names: long round and short round.
I'll go with what were the 2 choices again?
Easy Company or Howling Commandos?
Or Howling Commandos.
Howling Commandos.
You're out, mate. Sorry.
You're out.
All right, then. Let's have a look. Wee Willie for you, Terry. Is he an Easy Company member or a Howling Commando?
Sound like a Howling Commando.
Sorry, mate.
Oh,
you're out as well. So is it just
they're
Darren
like
and
flies, they're dropping like flies, and I'm next.
It's a more shortest quiz.
I don't know the name of any of them.
Darren and Kyle left, is it?
Yeah.
You just Darren and Kyle left.
Yeah.
All right, Darren. Little Sure Shot.
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to have to go. I really don't know. No, it's 50-50. I'm going to go with Easy Company.
Nope. Sure Shot's easy. You got it?
Easy Company. Little Sure Shot is Easy Company.
I would have missed that one, so lucky me.
All right, and Kyle. Junior Juniper.
That's Howling Commandos again.
Oh, it sure is.
I'll just keep giving Darren the ones I don't know.
I got these off the wiki pages, so
I'm just waiting to see who gets Ice Cream Soldier.
Right. Darren, Gabriel Jones.
Oh man, I don't know. Again, I just don't know. But I'm gonna be brave and go with Howling Commandos.
Yep, he's the trumpeter for Howling Commandos.
He sure is. All right.
Why is he the trumpeter? When Gabriel blows his horn.
Mm-hmm. Kyle, we've got a character called Sonny.
Easy Company.
Yep.
Thing is, I'm hanging on with for dear life with zero knowledge here, and Carl has some knowledge. I'm very much the underdog here.
Right, Wild Man.
Wild Man.
Yep.
That was my nickname in college.
Bill Wildman.
Oh man, that's tough. I'll go. I'm really not confident with this. I'll go Easy Company.
Yep.
Correct.
Hey, Bill. Well, you said Wildman. Is your name Larry? My name is Larry.
Hi, Mom. My mom
Tag along
Mom.
Thomas.
Hi, Mom.
Easy Company.
Hi,
Larry.
Yep. See, I told you, mine's not knowledge. It's just luck.
No, it's knowledge.
Right, Darren, Jerry Larkin.
God, there's just no clues in these names.
I'd read quite a few Sergeant Rock.
I'll go with
so far.
Howling Commando.
Yeah. Yes, you're correct. All right.
Even Stunt
There'll be no members left in a minute.
I'm going down a casino soon because my luck's in tonight.
We're not even at a halfway point. So,
right, Kyle, Dwayne Wilson.
well, he's not coming to me with howling, so I'm gonna go with easy company.
I'm afraid you're out, sir. And the
There
winner,
Woo!
the winner is Darren.
Wow! The Grey Man! Amazing!
As he hits his head and
You
dies.
want to do another round? I think there's enough left for another round if anyone wants to go
Let's
around
do
again.
another round. Another round. Another round.
All right then. Fred Jones, Bill.
On Easy Company or
Which one? Easy Company or Howling Commandos?
oh no, but we're still doing the same thing.
Yeah, same
Yes.
topic.
I thought you said doing another round.
I was gonna say Scooby Doo because it's Fred Jones, but I would say I'm gonna go with Easy Company
Nope.
You're out.
again.
You're out on the first one again.
Okay. All right, Darren. Bulldozer.
Oh, I'm going to have to go Howling Commandos.
You're out this
Nope.
time, mate. You're
You're
out.
I actually knew that one. That's the one I've actually heard of.
The only one I know still hasn't come up.
Zap. Kyle, Zap.
What about Tempest?
He's going the other way around this time,
First,
Kyle.
didn't you?
Oh yeah,
We're going away the same way we went
though.
a second ago.
Oh,
Sorry?
Terry said he knew that one. I'm sorry. I thought Terry answered that one.
No.
No.
Zach Howling Commandos.
Sorry, Zach, Howling Commandos. No, incorrect, I'm afraid.
All right, I'm out in one.
All right, then let's give an easy one to Tempest. Dum Duggan.
I knew
Oh
that
my
one.
God.
I knew that one. That was the one I knew.
What
I
did I
believe
tell
he
you?
was
I
in
told you I knew that was the one.
Howling
you were doing.
Commandos.
He sure was. All
Who
right,
played
Terry,
him in the movie?
Rebel Ralston.
Sounds more like a Marvel than a DC, so I'd say the Howling Commandos.
Yes.
You'll be correct too. You'll be correct too. All right, just English people in at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just those
Right,
bottom two.
Darren.
I'm out.
Darren's out.
Ice Cream Soldier.
Darren's out. This one's Tempest's.
Oh, is it? Okay. Tempest, Ice Cream Soldier.
Well then, I've heard of Ice Cream Soldier, but is he... He's Easy Company.
Yeah. When you actually see all the names, it's actually really easy. But not seeing all the names, it's not easy, obviously. I'll tell you. Right, okay. Terry, Farmer Boy.
Easy Company.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
Tempest, Eric Koenig.
Howling Commandos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was that a
These guys
German?
might track-
It's a German. The American Army there.
Actually, he is. He's their translator.
They're all like Koenig. You have to be German.
Terry, Dino Manelli.
Gino Vanelli? He's a singer.
Milli Vanilli.
I just want to stop.
Shut up!
Tell you what
I'm trying to think. We've got a 50-50 chance here. Shut up. It sounds Italian, so that sounds more like Marvel. So I'll say the Howling Commandos.
Yep.
All right. Tempest, Jim Morita.
That was my idea out the window, didn't it?
Was that Gene?
That sounds Italian as well.
Jim,
Jim.
as in short for James. Yeah.
Let's go. Easy Company.
Nope.
Afraid not, mate. Afraid not. So if you get this one right, you got to get this one right, Terry, to be the winner because you're on the same points.
Finish the round. That's why I lost.
Okay. Worrywart.
Who? What?
Worrywart.
Worrywart.
Oh, Worrywart.
Yeah.
Again, that sounds more like Marvel. Howling Commando.
Nope.
No,
See, I'd be more inclined to go. If it's a normal name, it's Marvel. If it's
you've cracked it, Tempest. Yeah, you've cracked it. You see them next to each other. All the Easy Company ones are all kind of silly nicknames, and all the most of the Howling Commandos are real names.
Yeah.
The only one that might get caught out, Easy Company got a guy called Jackie Johnson. I think was a world heavyweight boxer. Who had to go to war, kind of thing. So that was that was a couple of.
Used opposite logic, shouldn't I?
So,
yeah,
I only emphatically didn't know 2 of them, and one of them was a question I got.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a bit of fun. That was a good couple of seconds.
I only heard of one of them, and I didn't get that one. I didn't think I'd done bad.
That was good fun there.
Entertaining.
That was fun.
So what's next? Superheroes and a Legion of Substitute superheroes.
Oh, well, let's go for a Legion of
do that.
What about the Legion of Substitute Slingers? Got enough of them on here.
Right. I was gonna see if I can find something else.
I was never invited back after I placed second. The first and only time I've been asked to be on Cover Slingers.
Yeah, we couldn't have you back. You kept tapping your microphone when people were trying their comic book. Tap 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 tap. It's like he can't control his nerves. We won't put you on again.
What?
Most fun I ever had on that show was when I finished in last place and completed my cycle.
Name Cave Carson's 3 team members.
Oh, that's hard.
Name
I know it's very hard. That's a team. It's a team effort. If anyone knows any of them, I'll be surprised.
Of
I've
what
never even heard of the team.
Cave Carson's 3 team members.
I've heard of Cave Carson, but who is
Cave Carson? No,
it's
not
one
a clue.
female.
No one got any of the names?
Not a clue.
Yeah, it's quite hard. I wouldn't have known them without reading them up. You got Bulldozer Smith, Johnny Blake, and Christy Madison.
Was that the female?
Yeah, I'm gonna say there is a woman on the team.
The love interest.
At least I got that.
She's the one that stays behind and does all the cooking and cleaning.
Every time I think of a man named Christy, I think of Daniel Day-Lewis and my left foot.
Just from the 60s, Terry, don't forget.
Yeah, and I thought about you with that today, Kyle, because of your left hand.
The stranger, baby. It doesn't work anymore. God damn it.
Well, I didn't mean it bad.
This is my Phantom Stranger.
Been sitting on it too many times. It's gone numb forever.
Never break your neck. It fucks up your nerves in your arms.
When did you break your neck?
Like 10 years ago.
Shit, doing what?
I got assaulted by a raging psychotic.
What?
That's what put me on disability, and I was supposed to have my neck fused when they found the cancer. Now they can't work on my neck because I'm so immunocompromised.
I didn't know you'd ever met Arlen Schumer. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a bad joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just sat in the corner. I didn't
ever seen these. These are pretty good.
What is it? Artist?
Comic book artist?
Alex Toth.
I've seen a few piss artists in my time.
That's quite new, though, isn't it?
Phil,
same issue.
Who designed that logo?
It's Ross.
He's been on the show.
Oh, Tom Orzechowski?
Tom Orzechowski.
They would do half one artist, half another.
It looks like an Action Comics logo, doesn't it? Really?
What does Tom Orzechowski's surname mean in Polish?
Buttocks.
I know him, and I do not know.
I think I might be completely wrong, but that one's recognizable.
Yeah.
So you know what's funny is this one's nothing. The Daredevil 3 is even more. It's almost completely covered with labels. You know, and because his notes are impeccable, I have to say. And this is actually going to be a big book. I want to get a better copy now.
That's 13, isn't it?
Yeah. But the movie is going to be based almost solely on issue 13.
Yeah. What else is significant about that other than it being the first appearance of the Watcher and the Red Ghost and his apes?
Trying to think what else.
It's another first appearance. Try not to look at the book. It's another first appearance.
Well, it wouldn't do me any good because it's
that's been in cartoons and actually referenced in. I want to say movie, but Inhumans was a television show. So.
The basically it's the where the Watcher lived, and you could breathe air. And it became where the Watcher lived became where the Inhumans lived for a while.
The blue area of the moon.
Blue area of the moon, yes.
Yeah.
I think Tom Orzechowski's surname means hazelnut.
What?
Oh.
I think so.
Never didn't think to ask him that when he was on.
Damn it. Why didn't we do that? But Adam Hughes is doing an appearance somewhere in Texas soon, and apparently he's not a nice guy at cons. That's what people are telling me. I don't know because I've never met him, so I don't want to cast aspersions. But
well, if you compare anybody to George Perez, and nobody's cool.
Well, no, George was the sweetest guy ever. He jumped over his table to take a picture with Blanca. And
the guy never had a bad day. I have never. And never. I forgive people bad days. I forgive people having issues.
No.
There is not a story out there of that man having a bad day. And he was dying out there doing that stuff. And he still just was this.
Well, no, he actually had to stop his appearances. Now, this is number 1.
Yeah.
Neil on one side, Joe on the other.
That's one thing that cracks me up about Neil. Neil's even on record saying it a bunch of times. He's like, I've had plenty of bad appearances where just I was exhausted or annoyed by people or got the same stupid question. And Neil even said, but if I could be like George Perez, I'd be a much better human being.
And he would have been.
I mean, that his appearances at cons are just fucking legendary.
He was so sweet to Blanca. I mean, we still have the pictures. I'll have to show him sometime. But I wish I'd gotten a sketch from him that day, and I still don't remember why I didn't. But
my buddy asked him to sign up at Emerald Comic Con. I need to get Harry on this show. Up at Emerald Comic Con, he asked him to sign one comic for me. And he's like, I don't want to have you sign this whole stack of books. You know, couldn't decide which one of these 3 to send to him. And George said, just give them all 3 to me. I'll sign all 3 to him and send them to him.
He's a sweetheart.
Well, I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me with that. Yeah. I mean, he signed like 25 books for him. And Harry's like, you don't have to do this. I'm trying to pick out which one. He's like, look, you got them. I appreciate it. Let me sign these. Didn't charge him for the extra. Nothing. It was like, dude, unreal. So I have 3 pair of signed books because my friend couldn't pick. And George said, no, just give them to me. I'll sign them all.
Just I've got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think they're wasting Galactus putting him in that first Fantastic Four film?
Do I think what?
They're wasting Galactus.
No, I don't.
You don't think he's too big?
They're 30 years overdue for that.
Here's what I think. I think what's going to happen is they're in a totally different universe than the Marvel universe right now. I think, and I may be wrong, and I don't have anything to base this on, but I think Galactus destroys their universe, and they get rocketed into the MCU. That's what I and I think that's a wonderful way
that's
to do
the general
it.
consensus is he eats that world, and
right.
part of it
And
goes into
Galactus universe is in this. It's a little different.
By having him destroy a world, if that's what comes to happen, then pumping the people into one sort of sacred timeline, then if Galactus pops up in the sacred timeline, it completely intensifies the fight against Galactus because you know what he's capable of.
Because you know he's already done it, right?
Yeah.
And this is also what happens. Everyone thinks they're saying that it's very possible that the X-Men that we know from the previous movies, that they're in the Fantastic Four's universe, and that they all wind up in Doomsday because they're using all the original. And in fact, the original Reed Richards is going to be in it too, but I don't think he's going to be Reed Richards, but I don't know.
Yeah, but they're going to kind of use him like the Beyonder in the sense of pushing the worlds together, to make the.
You're not just going to defeat him at the end of the film, then.
Yeah, but no.
Well, they'll make him like a part of it for that, so they don't have to do a whole Beyonder.
The guy playing him, is a very famous British actor who I'd never heard of, but apparently
I don't like him. I don't like him at all. That British actor.
Really, I don't know who he is. Everyone says he's so famous, but I'd never heard of him.
Have you seen the series called The Office?
Yeah.
Do you know that there's a British version of The Office?
Well, our office came from the British version.
Yes. Well, the person who's playing Galactus used to play a salesman in the original British Office.
Oh.
And he's got a very deep, gravelly voice, like whatever. Yeah. And he's also a complete dickhead. The character he plays is a complete obnoxious dickhead in The Office. So for those two reasons, I just don't like the actor as a person.
My favorite
he may be a nice guy in real life. You don't know,
right? Oh, also, he does a lot of adverts in the UK, and his voice irritates me, so I don't like him.
Yeah.
My favorite British actor that's played a superhero so far has been Peter Serafinowicz. I love him.
Who the fuck is that?
He was the guy who was the sommelier in John Wick 2 or 3.
Abdicate.
He was also
he played as a superhero.
The Tick.
Oh, that guy's great.
He was also in Shaun of the Dead as the third housemate.
Yeah. Well, and he also did I guess he had a comedy series in England.
He was in Space as well.
Yeah, and in a series called Look Around You.
Wow, was he? Wow.
Have you ever seen the one where he plays Darth Vader, and there's a female Darth Vader, except her helmet's pink, and her name's Ada Vader, and he falls in love with Ada Vader, and she just likes him as a friend. Have you ever seen that, Tempest?
I don't think I've seen that one. No,
oh my God! Just look it up on YouTube. It is so funny. And she goes, "This is my new boyfriend," and he goes, "Oh, that's nice." And suddenly the boyfriend starts choking. It's because he's Darth Vader.
I would have liked to see Peter Serafinowicz as Galactus.
Oh, yeah. He would have been great.
That would have been a good one.
He would have been fantastic.
But honestly, I just want him to come back as a Tick. If Patrick Warburton wasn't so old, he was made for the part. But
in that the latest film, that one where they did all of the people were sitting in chairs and they gradually moved it along for 30 hours, the 4 actors that are in the Fantastic Four are all there, aren't they? And so they must come, like you were saying, there's a good chance that universe does get destroyed.
Right.
And they move into that one. I mean, there's the reason they're in it.
Right.
I think as well, the trouble with that Fantastic Four film is they're going to make so much out of the fact they've got a female Silver Surfer. I know Kal-El in the comics did play the Silver Surfer for a little while.
I want that chick so bad.
Why do people get bent out of shape? Maybe I'm older and wiser. That might have freaked me out as a young person, but I'm just like, come on, she's a great actress.
No,
well, and it already happened in the comics. It happened
what I'm
in the comics,
saying
so
is,
they're still
the
pulling
way
the
that these bloody YouTubers
Terry, I agree
do
with
it,
you. Terry, I know where you're coming from. I'm not disagreeing with you.
so they're a bit apart because the majority of the people that will be watching that film, or supposedly, won't know sweet FA about the fan. I mean, I knew about it, and I mean, I don't really follow Marvel that much, but I knew that she had played the character for a while.
I think it's a one-off. I think it's a one-off because I think I agree with what Billy's thinking might happen, and I think that universe might get that world might get destroyed, and then the guy Galactus with the gravelly voice and Shalabal as the Silver Surfer, they're still in that universe, but we'll be watching another universe, and in the other universe there'll be a different character play Galactus and a different character probably play Norrin Rad as the Silver Surfer. So I think it's a one-off.
Well, Norrin Rad's in this movie too, so they'll explain a lot.
Oh, he is? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but not Norrin Rad probably as the eye candy for Shalabal.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably not a superhero. I think that what's going to happen is this will all build to a crescendo in sort of a battle world type scenario in Secret Wars. There'll be a lot of deaths. There'll be a lot of ending of multiverses. And what comes out the other side, we might lose all the characters that we know and love, all the actors who play them. What comes out the other side might be a younger set of actors for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Because people get old. You can't have a 98-year-old Steve Rogers played by Chris Evans who's on a Zimmer frame. People get old.
I don't know if you saw it, like it came out, Hemsworth slipped of the tongue, sort of, but Hemsworth is in it too.
But
they announced him.
He was one of. Oh, I thought he was.
Yeah, he was announced. Yeah.
No, he was announced.
I mean, that film's not coming out until 2028, and I mean, God forbid something should happen, but you got Patrick Stewart and
McKellen.
They're in their 90s, and I mean, they might not be in the film much anyway.
They're in their 80s.
Go before it must be before the film's made.
Right.
Why have they used them and not the actors that played the younger versions of them?
Well, they may be coming later, but and it's funny they haven't mentioned any. They haven't mentioned any of the ones that were in the First Class, the redo. None of those guys have been mentioned.
What are you miming?
It looked like you're trying to push me off the edge of the screen, Gray, when you're doing that. I'm pushing back. I
don't want them. I don't want them. I'm pushing them back. I don't want them. I'm pushing you back, Gray.
You're pushing the wrong side, Bill.
Huh? I know. I love that. I love that.
I wonder if I can just punch Gray. Gray, put your head on the screen. I'm going to give you a punch. That's it. Poof.
We can't doing that.
Hey,
that's my acting days over.
You guys didn't have proctological exam.
You got no more questions then, Gray?
Did have some questions, but I'm kind of doing my dinner now. I had one I know that this is hard. Temper should know. Who are the members of the Time Masters in the original Rip Hunter comics?
Rip Hunter.
Isn't there one called Sparky?
No, it's like Sparky, but it's not Sparky. It's like an old British kind of kid's name. I think there's a cat with this name as well in an old British comic. I'm pretty sure.
What now?
So you got any Rip Hunter, Terry?
I never read it, to be honest.
Guys, I'm going to have to go. It's been a great week. Thank you for everything. See you next time. Bye, guys. Love you guys. See ya. Adios.
Vandal Savage, maybe?
Is it Corky?
Corky, yeah.
Corky's one of them. And again, there's the woman that just got left behind.
Yeah, the love interest. It's Corky's sister.
Ask an easy one, like name all the defenders. I laughed out loud when he said that. He's
He
like,
said name all of them. He said name 3.
5 other ones, and I'm like, fuck, I can name like 35 other ones. How long can you go?
You just name all of the Marvel characters. That's basically it, isn't it?
Well, that pretty much was it. I thought it was unfair because that was like my 4th question. I'm like, shit, that's easy. I mean, you can just think of like a single issue, like issue 50 has 5 different ones on the cover. So,
right. So the answer to the other members is Jeff Smith, Bonnie Baxter, and Corky Baxter.
Corky,
yeah.
But that was spelled with a C rather than a K. Wasn't Corky the cat?
C. Yeah, like Corky the cat. Yeah.
What the hell? Why did my screen shrink? Oh,
it's clearer now.
Okay, it just looks weird.
It's old age
like
kind of
screen shrink. It's just all the black on the side where we went down to 2.
Yeah.
I can't believe I outlasted Bill. I'm sitting here trying not to throw up my meatballs. I'm such a pussy nowadays. It makes me nuts.
Big old bowl. But big fat stomach.
Is it getting time to say goodbye, boys?
Yeah, probably. I'm warming my dinner up now, so I'll be nose bagging that soon.
Just to enjoy it rather than get indigestion then.
I'll drop a line to JMD Mateus later today or tomorrow.
Oh, what's going on with Tempest? He's got a robot hand.
Just very quickly, while we're talking about the Fantastic Four, there's my
is that your Mr. Fantastic arm?
My Mr. Fantastic arm. It should.
It should expand.
There you go. That's what you need, Kyle, for your dead hand.
It should spring off. Where's the thing gone? It's there. There you go.
Superb.
Hey, don't show your fisting tools on me.
Well,
that's when you cosplay fisting.
That's my
that's for.
That's my proper one.
I take it Starro said goodbye then.
He withered up and died eventually.
Starro. That's a good point, actually.
Hey,
Starro, in the DC universe, if you get taken by a Starro, do you just starve to death? Because it's covering your mouth, isn't it?
Covering your mouth, isn't it?
They just,
honest question for you DC
die.
Guys. I really want to know this. Is there a Bizarro Starro?
Wouldn't surprise me.
I've never seen a Bizarro Starro. I think that'd be cool.
I'm trying to think.
They made a Bizarro of most other things. I expect there's some vague comic somewhere. So it wouldn't surprise me.
When the recruits came back in like 2003 or something, there was some Starro action in that one. But I can't remember what happened now. It's a while since I read it. That's a good run, that recruits.
Or what about Starro the Conquistador? Because no one expects the alien. Alien. No one expects the alien Inquisition. Sorry, my brain went dead there for a minute. Starro the Conquistador, because no one expects the alien Inquisition.
No one expects the alien probe.
That's where my brain goes. This is how defective I am. I think of Starro and I mix it with Monty Python. And I want to write a bogon fucking comic book. I'm defective.
The defective detective.
Have you actually got another video lined up for this week, Gray?
Well, I got a little video lined up. Oh yeah, nothing special. I think there's free sale
Is it a new one or is it an old one?
There's a free sale video going up tonight, I think, and tomorrow night I did another DC ad video.
You've got it going at 1 a.m, haven't you?
Is that a new one that you've done though? Are you going to start doing them again?
Slowly.
Nice one.
I'm bored.
Yeah, Gray, if we were neighbors instead of being so far apart, I'd pretty much give you that entire giveaway box. Or most of it.
There's some stuff in there I don't mind. At least it misses the music. I did the music today. I was putting it together. Dun, 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 and she's like, "Oh, we haven't had that music for ages." And every time I'm playing it, we're always putting silly words to it. So when that music's playing, we're always just making up silly songs to that tune.
I'll ask you for a question. I've done the Green Lantern video. I ended up having to do it 3 times because Madam kept bloody interrupting, so I could hear her shouting in the background. But anyway, the 3rd time I did it, before I used to do it, and then if I had to do it again, I go over and do it again, sort of thing. But now I've learned how to edit. I just stop for a bit and give myself a few seconds, and then I know that I can edit that bit out. But this last one, I had about 30 edits, and I did them, and I've watched it back now, and I was perfect on 28 of them, but 2 of them I wasn't. And so you can hear me repeating myself. You know, I'd say the same thing, and then I say it again. You should do it again, or should I leave them in? Because you can't. Because once you've done, well, you know, once you've done the edit, you can't edit it again. It won't let you do it. So Joe, leave it all over again.
Because I always so have you technically already uploaded it?
I had, yeah.
Right, yeah. Because I mean, to do my videos at the moment, it takes about 4 hours. It's like 10 minutes to shoot it and about 4 hours to edit the damn things.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I don't appear on camera, which is because I can go back and shoot stuff.
Yeah,
I can just do voiceover stuff without actually being next to the comics anyway. But I fucking leave it in. No, it's fine.
It's only. I mean, I just say I say a number twice because I missed a knocking another extra second. Like I say, you know, it's gone. You know, it was say 2 minutes and 24 seconds. To 2 minutes and 20 and 2 minutes 44 seconds.
Maybe I'll put a copyright claim in against your video then, Terry, and I'll get YouTube to edit that little bit out for you.
And so I say a number twice. You say 50-50 or something like that. I can't remember now. It all depends on whether people watch it to the end anyway, because it's virtually both bits are at the end. Mind you,
I had a thing where my editing package was just being crap. And you clip a bit out, and it's supposed to clip out the video and the sound. But when you go actually upload it and listen to it, like the video's been clipped out, but the sound that should have been on that bit of video is now playing over a completely different bit of video. So like the lip sync is off. You're not saying the thing you're supposed to be saying, and that's happened a few times. And I'm just like, oh bollocks to it. Screw it. Who cares?
Thankfully that hasn't happened, but no, I mean this particular one, I mean it was just bloody ridiculous the amount of edits I had to do, sort of over silly things. Because I mean lots to do with the bloody pronunciations of some of these artists and writers. I mean, so I don't know where these get these names from all the time. I'm sure half of them are made up.
The 30-odd videos I shot for my channel, I just sat down, shot them live, 15, 20 minutes. It's like, here's that, there's live, there you go. If I fucked it up, I fucked it up. I don't care. That's why I do this live now.
I mean, you should just count it like coming on here, Terry, really.
Pardon?
You should just count it like coming on here, really, I suppose. But unfortunately, despite how shit my channel is, I'm far too much of a perfectionist to...
No, I mean, as I say, when I first started, I didn't know how to edit anyway, so I had to start all over again. I mean, quite a few of the earlier ones. I mean, I've probably done it 6 or 7 times before I actually got it right. Because I even forgot about bloody pause button to begin with when I was doing it. But then to say the first few I was doing on a phone anyway. So I mean, I was just doing it on the phone, and all I knew. I mean, that phone it wasn't mine. I was borrowing it. And I didn't use it as a phone anyway. All I was using it as a camera, and so I certainly couldn't edit and all that sort of stuff with that. Because what I do now is I watch it back. I put it on YouTube, so it's downloading on YouTube, and then I watch it on the computer, and and I keep the seconds going there, so I can know what seconds to cut out if I need to cut out and all that sort of stuff. And by the time I've done that and got all the timings done, it's downloaded onto the YouTube, so then I can go straight onto it and do there, rather than doing it twice. Watching it on there and doing it sort of time wise. But no,
Terry, I would, if I was you, Terry, right? There's only both of you, everyone on this channel does great videos, and I love watching them, right? So that's the first comment. So I only ever talk about things that are like I would consider to be minor improvements, but there is one I've got for you too, which is when you're reading about what's in the comic, you're reading it from somewhere down there, so your head's down like that. So if you're capable of printing it and putting it on a wall in front of you like an auto cue, you could then look at that, which I think would be better to be looking up than looking down.
I think a lot of people put a note on the back of the comic itself.
Yeah.
Or
if you've got the comic,
put it on a picture stand and just have it right there underneath the camera. Just have it on a picture stand. You can read straight off of it. It almost looks like you're looking at the camera.
Yeah,
if you're looking at the picture stand.
Must be honest, I keep thinking of that because when I watch it myself, and after time I've seen all I keep seeing is me bloody bald head. Which is, I mean, even if you see that like that, you see me bald head anyway. But I mean, that's not. But it just.
What you should do, Terry, is draw a couple of eyes and a big smiley mouth on the top of your head. Couple of eyes, with a little goggly, then a little plastic goggly eyes that you can stick on things. Couple of them, a big smile, and when you go like that, it'd be great.
Yeah, great.
Funnily enough, I've got an exclusive look behind the scenes in my video that's going up tonight.
Well, the first time I saw one of yours, Tempest, I absolutely died with laughter. Absolutely died. It was hilarious, and I still enjoy watching them. But I now know what's coming. You see, but
yeah, once you know what to expect.
They're expected though. No, I do like yours too. So they are funny, and they're so they seem so off the cuff and off the wall and everything else. It's enjoyable. You got those sound effects, great. I don't know where you find them, but they're great.
Let's throw in the wrong image on purpose quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
If they say and throw, show you a picture of something like same name but completely different character or something weird like that.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Well, this show was that ongoing joke about the robot and whatever was going with the comic. So the world's finest one.
That world's finest.
I mean, I hadn't read. Well, I probably had read that comic, but 50, 60 bloody years ago. But I was only going by what the database was saying about it being a robot rather than. And that doesn't. I mean, it doesn't always get it right. I mean, because one of the earlier videos.
You got it more right than I did, Terry.
Huh?
I think he got it more right than I did.
But one of the earlier videos I did, there was about a first appearance of someone. I thought they must have had a first appearance of bloody sight a bit long, before then. And I asked Alan, a comic, and the weird thing was, the same day he was talking, I was asking that question. He had the first appearance of the character. He was showing the comic with it. I mean, it wasn't she. It was a she. It was Bruce Wayne's first girlfriend.
Vicky Vale.
Not Katie Kane. I can't think of her name.
Isn't it Vicky Vale?
Vicky Vale. That's it. Sorry, yeah. It was Vicky Vale. She wasn't on the cover because it was one of those. But it was one of those expensive books because it was a Joker cover. She wasn't on the cover, but it was the first appearance she'd been in. And this, the database was saying her first appearance was like 30 years later. So I thought, there's no way in the world.
Yeah, no.
Be right. And so eventually, but the funny thing is, when you put that comic that he had, you put that information on, it says Vicky Vale's first appearance for that 1940s comic.
That database is awkward because it will show you like 3 different versions of the character from different eras. I'm looking at Rip Hunter and he's trying to tell me he was first created in 1984. So no, he wasn't. That's bullshit. So you've got to sort of search around and find the right version.
The trouble is that
get the right information.
They base it all on the Crisis of Infinite Earths, and anything that happened before then, they change. Because as I said, if you look it up on certain people, you'll get if you're looking at the comic they originally appear in from the 1940s, it's got that information in. It's correct, but if you go to a later version and you click onto that same name, it gives you the information for the crisis after the crisis business. I mean, a lot of these on the database is first appearance, and 9 times out of 10, it's their bloody only appearance. They died in the book, things like that, and they do that with so many of these different things. The first appearance of the. It's important, and these people, we were talking about eBay earlier, they pick up on that and they go, it's the first appearance of Slogman or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, and he died in the same bloody comic.
Yeah.
But that's a reason to increase the price because it was the first appearance.
Yeah, there's a lot of first appearances.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst thing that ever happened.
I've noticed. Sometimes they change their minds on the first appearance as well.
Oh,
because September '69, my birthday, because I was collecting the birthday books, and at one point he said that Abel's first appearance was in the House of Secrets issue from that month. Yeah. And that's what he said on the database. I saw that, and then another time, so I said, no, it's not that one. It's DC Presents or DC something like that. DC Special, I think it was number 3 or 4. And I was like, no, I looked it up, and it was this, and then I looked at it again, and it was DC Special. So that's weird. They changed their mind in it or something. But he appeared in both comics in the same month. For some reason, they decided the DC Special is this first appearance.
Well, that's what they do. That's what they do with the Bertinelli Huntress, isn't it? There's the first appearance of her, and that's in the mini-series. But the first appearance of the Earth 2 Huntress is in 2 comics.
DC Special 17.
Yeah, they both came out on the same day. So they were in there sort of thing. So that's her first appearance. But there's an argument, a toss of this. I mean, it's like when they argue the toss over 180 and 181 of the Hulk, isn't it? With Wolverine. I mean, his first appearance was in 180. He's in there at the bloody end of it. He's there. They name him.
It's a cameo appearance.
But 181 goes for far more money.
Yeah.
But it's all. But that's one thing. That one with Vicky Vale was weird because, as I said, if you go onto the comic that in the database, that first comic she ever appeared in, it says her first appearance. But say later on, if you click in Vicky Vale, it gives you first appearance like 30 years later.
You can finish it now, guys.
Nice one.
Okay.
Go and watch Terry's video that he just put out. Everyone go and watch Terry's new video. Bye, everybody.
See ya.